Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Thanks for stopping by the channel again today. For anybody who was here last week, you might already know what's going on. For anybody who wasn't, you might not, so I figured I'd fill you in again. Me and a friend of mine, AntiMatterMikey, are going to be doing the second episode tonight of the Horror Haven podcast, where we're covering entire franchises of horror series. Right now, with the new one coming out, we're going to be doing The Conjuring Part 2 from 2016. So, yeah, this is the second episode. We're still figuring out the format a little bit and everything like that. But, yeah, it did pretty well last week. There was a good amount of engagement. I had people asking me about it and seeing just if we were going to do another one and everything. So, yeah, we are back. Mikey, how you doing today, man?
Good, good. How have you been?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Watching this movie, and honestly, after this one, I was kind of tempted. I'm trying not to jump ahead and watch like more of them in the franchise because obviously I want to keep it fresh for like each week when we do the stream. But honestly, after part two and after how much we liked part one, I was just kind of like, man, I want to go watch The Nun. I want to go watch some of the Annabelle ones, and I know that they don't all stay this quality, but I mean, I guess I'm showing my hand a little bit, but I feel like part two and part one back to back, they were both up there where it made me want to keep making my way through them.
Oh yeah, it's like crazy how much the sequel holds up to the first one. Like first one definitely like a very iconic movie. Second one, I would say it's like just as iconic and memorable.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I didn't remember as much about the second movie as I thought that I did, but then as soon as I started watching it, I pretty quickly realized I think 2 would actually get a lot more acclaim if 1 wasn't so fucking good. Cuz 1 is phenomenal, so then I think like 2 has to stand in the shadow of it a little bit, but it's like I don't know if The Conjuring Part 2 was just its own ghost movie that got released that wasn't under the banner of a franchise, I almost think people would remember it better.
I don't know because then do we have the iconic duo of Ed and Lorraine Warren? Because that is kind of what makes the movie
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Aries.
I guess here let's put it this way, right? What if The Conjuring 1 had never come out and this just was The Conjuring 1? They just decided, The Conjuring Part 1 is going to be the Enfield haunting. Like how do you think that would have done?
Oh, I think it would have been just as well, if not better. Because, well, I guess I'm showing my hand now, but I do like this movie more than the first one. So yeah, I think it would have been just as successful, if not more so.
Oh, okay. See, that's interesting because I like them both, but I do definitely like one slightly better. I'd probably give it another point, maybe a point and a half on it. But yeah, I mean, I do definitely think they're both really good. I'm sure as we get further into the franchise, it'll be a little bit easier to differentiate. Like, I'll be honest, I don't think we would even be having the conversation of is it as good as the original about nearly any other entry in this franchise.
Oh God, no, yeah. Especially like when it gets like, I mean, the Annabelle movies are good, but like once it gets down that lane, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it definitely needed to branch off from something
This
to be anything.
this franchise, this is going to sound like a weird one to, I guess, compare it to because they're so different in the actual content of the movies. But this franchise kind of reminds me of how I feel about the Hellraiser movies, where it's like the first one, perfect. The second one, still pretty good. I can be entertained by some of those middle entries, and then when it gets towards like anything past like 5, I'm just like, oh my god, like some of these must have come out on V. I'm surprised that some of these Conjuring sequels didn't come out on like streaming as opposed to like I guess the modern equivalent of VHS.
Oh yeah, in terms of like lore and shit, yeah. But like, I don't know, budget wise, I think they did a little bit better than those Hellraiser ones.
Yeah, they definitely the sharp drop off in quality was the same in my opinion, but I definitely don't think they had the sharp drop off in budget. I mean, there's some of those later Hellraiser movies where they couldn't even get Doug Bradley to show up. I mean, he goes to cons and signs photos for money, and he was like, Hellraiser Judgment, you can count me out on that one."
Yeah, I mean, he's set for the rest of his life. He doesn't need that shit.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. So, all right, let's get into obviously for the cast, we have Patrick Wilson returning as Ed Warren. We have Vera Farmiga as Lorraine Warren. So that I mean that's our they're kind of our vehicle for all of these. You know, I think of them kind of as like the Doctor Who of these, or the, I guess, the narrator from the Twilight Zone. Like they kind of even some of these cases as we get further into the franchise, they were barely involved in, but like there are heroes for these movies, regardless of who they actually were in real life.
Oh yeah, and regardless of who they were in real life, exactly, because they are absolute heroes in these movies. They're basically superheroes, and their power is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, as the movies go on too, I think in the first movie they do a pretty good job of like Lorraine is like mildly psychic in the first movie. You know, like it's like she can kind of walk into rooms and just feel what had happened there and stuff like that. And I mean, by the later movies, she's basically turning into Jean Grey and like fighting witches and shit.
Oh my God, dude, I forgot. I forgot there's another witch because I forgot that the first movie was also a witch.
Yeah, you know, I remember that there was a witch in 3, and I remember being like, a witch in the Conjuring movies, that's ridiculous. And then I watched the first one, and there's a fucking witch in that one too, and I was like, okay, maybe the witch wasn't ridiculous. Maybe it was just the writing. Also, our first super chat on the horror podcast, prettiest girl in the morgue with the 5. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. I saw you in the stream yesterday too. Listening to this while embalming in a quiet morgue may not be the best idea I've ever had. Well, I'll say first of all, that's a cooler job than probably either of us have ever had. That's fucking rad. As we get into it, might be a little you know what, we'll do one of these days we'll do the autopsy of Jane Doe, and you can really have a panic attack while you're working and you listen to the stream.
Dude, I was literally just thinking that.
That's gonna be specifically the one that we do, because we're like, I'm sorry, we have one sub that we want to really freak out, so it's gonna we're gonna have to do that movie. All right, so then we've got Madison Wolfe as Janet Hodgson, Frances O'Connor as Peggy Hodgson. She's the mom of the family. Janet is like the main little girl that gets the most crazy scares in the movie. She's like the. Go ahead.
No, I didn't see him.
Oh, I thought I heard something come through the mic. That's on me. It's probably the Satellite Man. That's okay. I don't think you know who the Satellite Man is, but most of the subs do. He's burning my teeth. He's stroking my cat. I'll explain that to you offline one day. We've got Lauren Esposito as Margaret Hodgson. There's a whole thing of Hodgson kids. I don't think I even really need to read all of them off because they're all random scared child. But there is a couple of actual like people like from real life that are in this movie other than the Warrens. You have Simon McBurney playing Maurice Gross, who was a paranormal investigator who was actually much more involved in real life in the Enfield case than the Warrens actually were. You've got Anita Gregory. She was like a newswoman who was like kind of the skeptic that was like investigating and trying to prove that it was a hoax. And then we've got Joseph Bishara as the demon nun / Valak, who, by the way, never knew Valak was played by a man.
Well, so I think Valak is played by a man just in this one, because in all the other ones, it's she's Bonnie Aaron. She's the that garbage lady from Mulholland Drive.
Oh, is that right? I haven't seen Mulholland Drive in years. I love David Lynch. I actually am just wrapping up a Twin Peaks rewatch. I've never seen Twin Peaks: The Return, and people were raving about it, so I was like, maybe I'll go back and I'll watch the whole like original show, so that I can watch. And I'm having a really good time with that. But Mulholland Drive's been a minute for me. That's weird that they changed the casting up for Valak in this one.
I think it's because it's like they changed up to like an actual woman. You've definitely seen her face and stuff before. She's like, because this guy who plays her in this one is the lipstick face demon from Insidious, I think, too.
So that's what I saw. I looked that up, and that makes sense because of the James Wan connection. Let me see. Bonnie Aarons. I'm looking her up real quick just on IMDb to see what else I might know her from. But yeah, I saw that. I always call him
a very striking face, dude.
Oh God, looking at her face, you can like see the Valak face in the nose and everything like that. Before, oh, you know what? She's it's weird that I know her from this. She's like the Baroness from the Princess Diaries.
Wait, okay, so I saw that too, and I was like, he's not gonna know what I'm talking about if I say that.
No, I hate that I do know that. I was like, Mulholland Drive, as a huge David Lynch fan, not recognizing her from that. But yeah, I do recognize her somehow now that I'm reading it from the Princess Diaries. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that they had the same actor playing a scary monster in the Insidious movie, and then also in well, I mean, like I said, you got the James Wan connection. I always refer in my head to the lipstick demon. I know that's the name in like the cast list and everything like that, but I I always call it the Darth Maul demon.
Oh yeah, that's what I knew it as first.
Yeah, I feel like people online were calling it that for a long time, and then eventually, like the cast list came out and they saw it listed as that. But all right, that's the cast list. So let's jump into the plot summary. Did you have anything towards the beginning that you wanted to jump into from, or you know what, we're skipping something. That's my bad. I'm getting ahead. Before you watched the movie, how did you remember feeling about this movie? Do you remember where you saw it and if you liked it the first time around?
So actually, I had to text my sister, because I was like, "Hey, do you remember if we saw this together as a family? Because I feel like it's weird that we saw the first one together as a family and then did that a second time." And she was like, "No, we definitely did." So I think I saw this with my parents again, probably like junior year of high school. I don't actually remember going to see it, but I do remember really really liking it. I know it did scare me. Not as bad as the first one did, but it definitely got me a lot.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I remember I said last week for the first one I did like a midnight premiere with a bunch of people for it, like a couple of friends at the mall. This one I remember actually going to see, same thing. I did like not a midnight premiere, but you know, they'll do those like 10 and 11 o'clock shows the day before it's really supposed to come out. I did one of those,
Yeah.
but I had gone to a smaller theater, not the one at the mall that both of us would like typically go to, but you probably know the one I'm talking about. There was a small theater not far away in a shopping center.
I went to the same one. Yeah.
Oh, that's where. Okay, I love that you already know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I went to that theater for it for one of the release showings, and I actually remember like noticing there was a striking difference because the first one the theater was packed, like there was nowhere else to sit other than the seat that I was in. Where when I went to see this one, it was like there was not a lot of people in the theater at all, and I still went with a few friends, but I remember as I came in, that almost, I guess, made me nervous about the movie, which is weird because it's opening night, so it's like that really shouldn't have been an indicator of the actual quality of the movie, but it was just something noticeable. And I remember liking it, but I don't think I had the same opinion of it in my head years later as I did of the first movie. You know what I mean? Like I remembered when we went to watch the first movie, oh, I really, really like this one. Where with this one I was just like, oh yeah, I remember it being pretty good. Like it's not a bad movie. But I'll spoil my opinion a little bit, like I kinda have already. I mean we were like I remember all of us, the people I went with, walking out of the movie and being like, oh, that was really good now that I'm actually watching it and seeing it again. Like it kind of refreshed my memory a little bit.
Yeah, I think like you said before, there was a lot in this movie that I didn't remember, but as I was watching, I was like, "Oh, yeah, that happens." And I think that helped me remember my first time seeing it because like there were certain scares that were coming up. I was like, "Oh, crap, that got me." I was like, "Oh, wait, that's been getting me for like years."
Yeah, no, it's there was a, you know what I almost think? I actually think I misremembered some of the scares from this movie being in the first movie. I almost think it's been so long I blended them together in my head a little bit. And then real quick, we got Mayor Menace in chat. What's going on, Menace? Menace said, "Sup homies, a horror movie I recommend for y'all is The Devil Inside. I've never seen that one. I'm gonna have to put it on my list." And then on top of that, Mayor Menace, what do you guys think? Should we have Menace on for a horror movie? Maybe we'll have him pick one and do it because I've already been talking to some of the other creators. I've been talking to Chilla and Lemur about what some of their favorites are. So if we get this thing rolling in a couple of weeks and we do some guests, maybe we'll have Menace on too. But all right, let's get into the plot. So I remember this movie again. They kind of do what they did in the last movie with the Annabelle doll being the opening scare. Only with this one, it's Lorraine Warren investigating the Amityville haunting. And of all the Amityville movies that I've seen, they actually do a really good job just in this opening clip that has nothing to do with the rest of the movie of kind of giving you the basics of the Amityville case.
Oh yeah, I literally my first note says horror crossover episode. But it's because I remember after that first movie came out, like for I just learned so much stuff about the Warrens, like just through media. Like people were just like saying, like I wasn't looking into it. It was just like coming into like the zeitgeist, I guess. And I remember like this story of this house was like one that people talked about a lot, and then it showed up in this movie, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess it was real.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't know about Amityville prior to The Conjuring 2 then?
No, no, I knew about Amityville. I didn't know that the Warrens were involved with Amityville.
Oh, okay. Well, very fair because in real life they weren't. Apparently, from what I read, the Warrens didn't even show up to Amityville until the haunting had apparently been cleansed, and they just kind of showed up, stomped around, took photos, and tried to do like a press tour about it.
Oh my God. All I knew is that she went to the house and that she said that quote that she literally says in the movie where she's like, "This is the closest to hell I ever want to come." And I was like, oh my God, they put it in the movie, so it must be real.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. They definitely never lie about the Warrens' behavior in these movies. No, so I mean, I knew about Amityville ahead of time. I had read the Jay Anson book, The Amityville Horror. I had watched the original movie and then the remake that I think has Ryan Reynolds. I think ends up playing the dad in the remake.
I
But
think
I
so, yeah.
I had seen tons of those. I mean, there's a million Amityville movies, but yeah, after the first Conjuring movie came out, you're right. There was kind of a media blitz of like, let's all look into the Warrens, and 50% of it was probably like, let's really lionize them and show how great they are so that we can like make money off of it and do more press for the sequels that are obviously going to come out. And then the other two were like all the skeptic documentaries that were coming out on like I don't know, channels that play like all those true crime kind of documentaries about like where is Gypsy Rose now? They were all doing like the true story of the Warrens, and man, they were just finding everybody all over the place to just sit there on camera smoking a cigarette being like Ed was terrible.
And James Wan is like, all right, guys, hold on, don't look into too much stuff. We need to make some more movies. Come on.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna have to dress up. We're just gonna have to dress up Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga in this next movie and make them really hot so that everybody forgets that they're dicks in real life.
But dude, honestly, like I said last time, it's straight up fan fiction about these people. And I think I'm proved even more so in this one because at the end of this movie, in the credits when they're showing the actors next to the people in real life, they said, let's make this cast hot because if we don't, they're going to be uggo as hell.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, the actual photos in the first movie are like kind of close, and I think they found the one photo of Ed Warren on the correct proper angle, dressed the right way, where they could make him look like he kind of looked a little bit like Patrick Wilson, and when you see him in this one, no, Ed Warren looks like a mix between Johnny Cash and like a cult leader, and then you've got like actual like what's his name? You've got actual Patrick Wilson standing there, and you're like, oh, there's like next to no resemblance at all.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm talking British mom too. Listen, I'm sure you
Oh, what's her name?
just
Peggy Hodgson, right? Yeah, she looks more like a mum in real life. I think they made her maybe.
she literally stop it because she looks like my she looks like my great grandma.
Oh my god. That's yeah.
Dude,
No,
she looked
it's
just like my great grandma. I was cracking up.
it's a lot, man. It's a lot. When I seen the actual picture of her, I was like, she had all those young kids looking that old. Like, not to trash that woman. I know she went through a haunting or whatever while being a single mom, but please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. Prettiest Girl in the Morgue said, have you read about the Warrens' occult museum? Their entire creepy collection of artifacts were on display in the basement of their home. Yeah, they show that one a lot in the first movie. I don't know if any of you guys have heard, but the Annabelle doll has been on tour recently. Now that the Warrens are dead, they're like taking it around in the case and showing it at like museums and shows and stuff like that. And bro, everywhere they take that doll, it's like people are dropping dead left and right. A church burned down. It's wild.
Didn't it escape too at one point? I don't know how that happened.
I haven't heard anything about the doll escaping at any point, but I do
I thought
know
someone said she was on the loose.
I mean, she's kind of on the loose because oh, Watch Me Print reminded me. The comedian Matt Rife from TikTok bought the house that the Warrens have their collection in. He owns the Annabelle doll now.
Oh, that's terrifying. Wait, oh, so if you buy the house, you buy the museum?
Yeah, like he owns like everything that came with the house. Like he basically purchased like their estate.
Dude, I want to know how much he paid for that.
Oh my God. His soul?
I was gonna say, how much do you need to pay to be haunted for the rest of your life? That's terrifying.
It's terrible, man. I can't wait. I mean, isn't it just so 2025 that a TikTok comedian would purchase a demon doll like just for fun?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like when we were in high school and they were advertising that Dahmer's house was like an Airbnb or something, or like you could buy it now.
Absolutely wild. Absolutely. Oh, you know what? Arlo Tilton in chat said what happened there was at one point they lost track of the truck that they were transporting the doll in. Yeah, that's absolutely insane, dude. And you know what? If you lose track of that truck, maybe just don't try to find it. It's not your problem anymore. I'd be happy to be rid of that thing.
No, dude, that's his big bucks. That is his moneymaker right there.
Oh my God, that is no. I don't think anyone should own the Annabelle doll. I think if it wants to be free, just let it be free. At least you know it's not going to kill you. But all right. Let's let's try to get back into the plot. I love reading chat and jumping back and forth. We're gonna reel us in once in a while. All right, so we've got Lorraine Warren in the Amityville house. The same thing that is happening every one of these movies is happening, where Lorraine is having visions and she's getting like the headaches and freaking out a little bit, and Ed is like, we should probably just not be doing this at all because you're freaking out and I'm worried about you. And she's just like, but Ed, there are like people who need help and we're the only ones who can do it. So she's constantly just reeling him into doing like another kid. Like she's never like, Ed, we have a daughter at home and we need to take her to school. She's like, no, Ed, there's little girls around the world that are haunted, not our own daughter but other ones.
Yeah, even when they literally see a demon in their house with her daughter being like, "Who is that?" Just she does not give a shit.
Her daughter getting harassed. You know what's one of my favorite things in that first movie? At one point, the daughter sneaks into the horror museum, and the Ed Warren looks at the daughter, and he's like, "You know you're not supposed to come in here." And it's like, you're blaming her. You have a haunted museum in the house that your daughter lives in. I don't know, Ed. Maybe build a shed. Maybe rent a U-Haul locker or something like that. Like, it's in the house. Maybe have a lock on it that she doesn't have the key to, so she can't just wander into it. I don't think it's her fault that she's in there.
No, dude, they had like 52 locks on that shit. The ghost opened it for her.
Oh, you know what? You're right. And you know what else? He was in there with the reporter when that happened, so he probably left the door open behind him. But either the ghost does later on in the movie. I think Annabelle opens the door for her. But yeah, so we're in Amityville at the beginning. Lorraine has a vision while she's there. She's seeing a vision. It's actually a really cool visual where she's walking around. And she's supposed to be the Amityville killer, and she's walking around like pretending to hold a shotgun in her hands, and you hear the blast, and then you're seeing like the dead bodies go from being like regular people sleeping to like a dead body. It's a very cool effect without actually really doing anything on screen.
Oh yeah, and it was like really well paced too. Like it's nice, like a nice slow walk. And like it's not. I don't know. It's like very atmospheric. Also, I love a good shout out to what I remember the most from that Amityville movie is the parents' glass wall that they have sex in front of, and I liked seeing it appear here today too.
I love that you vividly remember the background of that scene. Like you're like the the set.
Well, I love it's iconic, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh my God, they did it!"
No, it is really striking. I think they built the house well, like the staircase, the wallpaper. They do a good
Mhm.
job of recreating. It's amazing how much work they put into recreating the set when it's only there for one scene. But it's a good scene. It's a good build up. It's the same thing. They almost always start us with like kind of a false start where we're seeing the Warrens do another case before they actually get into everything. And then yeah, so all of a sudden her vision changes from the vision of people in Amityville being killed, which has happened at the past at this point, to some vision of a potential future where she's seeing the nun who we know now, but she doesn't know at the time, is named Valak, and she then sees Ed dying. And I've noticed the visions of Ed dying, they like kind of change as the movie goes on. Like it's almost like they're potential futures that like multiple different deaths that he could experience.
Yeah, I that where I felt like maybe it was evolving more, like the vision was becoming clearer. Like there was always like a burst of like some kind of wood, I feel like, and then like I don't know, him getting like stabbed almost. I feel like it just like it clarifies more as they get closer to when it's like about to happen.
You're right. The deaths always do involve wood, which is interesting. But
Very phallic.
yes, yeah, Valak is gonna kill Ed in a phallic way. But yes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it's this then ends up switching it up because in the last movie it was Ed who was reluctant because he was worried about Lorraine, where in this movie once she starts seeing the visions of Ed dying, it kind of switches around to like, well, now she's kind of reluctant to help people because she's worried that she's going to lose her husband. And then we smash cut to Enfield, London, and they let us know that we're in Enfield, London by playing, I believe it's London Calling, and showing us pictures of Margaret Thatcher, people in the most cartoonishly British clothes you've ever seen, and like big double-decker red buses to let us know where we are.
Dude, do you know what it reminded me of? Do you ever see that movie Euro Trip?
Yes.
Dude, it literally I was like, what is this?
It,
I was like, I feel like every movie does this.
it really was like it's not bad. It's a good little needle drop there, but it just cracked me up because I like it was like everything that they show, like I don't know, even just the clip of Margaret Thatcher is like the most iconic like news clip of her ever. I don't know, it reminded me of like when a beer commercial is trying to make the commercial as American as possible, and they'll show like the moon landing, a cowboy next to a truck, a guy, you know what I mean? Like it's just like the most stereotypical. Like, it just cracked me up seeing like
Yeah.
the way that they were letting us know. In case you missed it from all the aggressive Cockney accents or anything like that, you are in fact
Oh
in
my
England.
God. They're so bad sometimes, especially with some of these fucking kids, dude. I wanted to hit that one that loves the fucking biscuits.
You mean Oliver Twist?
He
Literally,
was giving me dude, he was giving me like non like how do I say this? The kid from the Babadook, but if he had less issues.
oh, the kid from the Babadook whose best line is, "Do you want to fucking die?"
Yeah, just like screechy and annoying it was giving me. I don't know. Maybe I don't like kids. I don't know.
He was giving me like Oliver Twist or like anybody from like an Oscar Wilde novel, the way that he was just like, "Oi mum, I know we're haunted as fuck, and I know that we're impoverished, but would you buy me a biscuit, mum?" Like, yeah, Via and chat said, "More gruel, please."
But they don't have any money.
It's just, dude, it's hysterical. Like the he's probably, I don't want to, he's a child actor, so I don't want to trash him, but like it's the most noticeably probably not actually a British kid with the it's a very over the top performance. At one point I think he's actually wearing like a little newsboy cap, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
No. I believe he's British. I just believe the stutter is it's so fake that it makes his accent sound fake.
Oh my God, there are some stutters in movies in general where it's like you can tell the writer had no idea, like they've never met somebody who actually had a stutter. I don't feel like a stutter in real life is usually perfectly pronouncing the same word over and over and over again and then rushing through the rest of the sentence, but they really love writing it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Real quick, Bandito Destiny was in chat last night talking about how they had a job interview, and or maybe it was a comment. Either way, I remember reading about it. Bandito updated me, said, "Hey Morty, update on my job interview today. It went really well, and I should hear back next week. So I'm still doing leagues better than the nasty bum goblin chance." Well, that's you. I mean, look, you already have something he'll never have. You have a job interview, so I think you're gonna get it. Chat all has faith in you, and definitely let us know if and when you get it, so that we can celebrate during one of the streams. But regardless, the interview alone is like your leaps and bounds ahead, bro. If also, I don't know how tall you are, but if you're above 4'8" and you have two functioning lungs, you're killing him, man. He can't beat you. He can't win. So congratulations, Bandito. I hope it goes well for you. Please Please fill us in on that one. Via said the Babadook feels like a birth control ad. Honestly, yeah. Oh man, if I
Yeah.
if I thought my child was gonna be like the kid in the Babadook, I would probably just I'd be going to get snipped right now.
Yeah, dude, I remember seeing that one in high school, and I was like, do I actually want children?
There's a thing in the We Hate Movies. I know you listen to it. We both listen to it. I don't know if any of you guys in chat are familiar with it, but there's a podcast called We Hate Movies, and they do all comedies, horror movies, action movies. They do everything. But they have a stereotype that they use the name for kids like the kid from the Babadook, where they refer to him as a disgusting shit boy, and it's like anybody in a movie who behaves that way, like any child that always has shit on their face and is just a dick to his mom in a movie is called a disgusting shit boy. He is a top tier disgusting shit boy, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what other ones we get because I know this series stays with kids.
Yeah, this kid is not quite a he's not quite a disgusting shit boy. He's a little bit of a shit boy, but he's like not quite all
He's
the way
like a
there.
impoverished shit boy.
He's a poor shit boy.
Yeah, dude, all my notes are about them being poor. We'll get into it. But...
They make a big deal of it. There's a couple dropped lines in the first one of just like, well, Ed, we can't move out of the house because all our money's tied up in the house. Like they're a little bit housebroke. No, this movie, they're like, Mom, the basement's flooded. One of the girls drowned.
I knew they had another sister this whole time.
You think they have a lot of kids at the beginning of the movie? No, it's so immediately we cut
Both
to
of
the
these
house.
movies.
Peggy has 4 kids. There's no husband around. We don't immediately know what the situation is there, but we know that we're struggling. The little boy is asking for a biscuit. Peggy's like, I'll get you the biscuit. And then she kind of looks off into the distance like he's not getting that fucking biscuit.
Only if I quit smoking, which is not going to do.
Oh, that's how we know. That's the shorthand for her being stressed through the entire movie, is that she's just railing cigarettes. Dude, it made me want... They don't smoke in movies very often anymore. There's a lot of studios that like won't let you put smokes in a movie anymore, and I quit years ago. But man, watching this mom just stressed out, take her stress out on a cigarette during this movie, I was jonesing for one, man.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I think it might be a menthol. Because it was rainy and it was cold. I know it's cold there. It's the UK. I was like, smoke a menthol and
Oh,
like
I
a nice cold misty day in the UK.
I
That would
hope
be
for her
gorgeous.
sake that shit was... She needed a menthol, to be honest with you. So we get like little minor haunting things going on right away, and I thought what was interesting with this one is that in the last movie there's kind of an inciting incident with the haunting. They move into the house and they find the little toy, like the wind up toy, or the music box in the haunted tree. So it makes sense that the haunting is just starting because they just moved in and they found some creepy shit. Where in this one, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like they've already lived in that apartment for a while. Like we're just seeing a day in their life.
Yeah, dude. Actually, what I noticed at like the end of this movie, after I was looking at my notes, we just skip over what the incident is. It's her playing with that Ouija board with her friend Camilla on like something that we never even saw.
Yes,
That's what I think starts all this.
it's not, that is not included in the movie at all. We literally just get to see a day in their life in the house. The mom is running for... It's a good shot. The camera's moving from room to room behind the walls, and you're seeing the mom try to wrangle all the kids and be like, you need to put your sister's clothes on, and you need to make breakfast, and she's like she's running around trying to get it all together. You can see that she's struggling, and we're just seeing like little, like as the scene goes on, it's just like furniture is moving around, there's knocking on the walls, and then of course you have, because this franchise loves this shit, the daughter Janet is sleepwalking.
Oh yeah, but at least she's not banging her head into the wall like that first kid was.
Oh yeah, she's not trying to put her head through the fucking what's it called, the dresser in the corner of the room.
Yeah, dude.
No,
But she does like to travel through walls though. I guess like literally, I wrote down, "Is this Kitty Pryde?" She literally falls through the ceiling.
yes, yeah, and it's a fun shot because it's like she's falling asleep, and it you never really see her move. It's like you're seeing her fall asleep in or near her bed, and then she opens her eyes again and she's somewhere else. It's a very cool effect that they're doing with the camera and everything like that.
Yeah, and they add like a little, almost like a thud, or like it's her like landing or something. There's like a noise to it every time too, and it makes me like pop up from my seat a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good there's a good set. See, James Wan is really good about that. And even when he's not directing the movies, his influence is all over all these Conjuring movies. A lot of people that he's worked with, like people who have been writers for him or director of photography and stuff, go on to work on all these movies. You could tell he kind of farms it out to his A team. So you get a lot of those James Wan sound effects going along with the traps that they set up and everything like that. But yeah, so we're seeing as the haunting goes on. At first, it seems like everybody's getting bothered, but as it goes on, we really see that like Janet is the primary target, and she starts to speak in like this. I didn't know what it was at first. The first time I saw it, it's like this very gravelly. It definitely isn't just a voice. Like it couldn't have come out of her mouth.
Well, in the movie, yes, because dude, if you listen to those tapes at the end, that just sounds like a little girl doing like an old man voice.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, the voice the voice is super unsettling when like you first hear it.
So maybe we'll talk a little bit about it at the end because it sounds like we both did our research with it. But I actually watched like an hour-long documentary on the actual Enfield haunting where they went through a lot of the photographs and the two big pieces of evidence that they play up in this movie as being proof that it's real are the photo of her floating and the voice on tape. And in real life, the photo of her floating is very clearly just her jumping. Like it's just a photo of her midair.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she's got her knees bent, her hands are up. Like it's very
Yeah,
basic. And then the voice on tape does kind of just sound like a little girl doing an impression of like her smoker aunt.
yeah, they had a High School Musical jump, and then they had her ventriloquist act.
Yeah, you're a ventriloquist. No, for real. The real Enfield haunting. I mean, I can see why it's held up as one of the biggest like hoax hauntings ever. But that's just like the Warrens. Obviously, the movie does not reflect what actually happened. It's definitely hyper fictionalized. But so I was surprised watching this again how much time goes by before the Warrens actually get there because when they start this investigation into the haunting, you're seeing it kind of jumps ahead a little bit. They're very economical with their time at the beginning. And it jumps ahead. We mentioned it before. Maurice Grosse, who again, that's the name of an actual person, like real British paranormal investigator. You jump ahead to him, and he is there with Anita Gregory. She's the as bitchy as they could possibly make her reporter because you're supposed to hate her because she's the skeptic. And in the Conjuring universe, if you don't immediately believe that everything is a ghost, you're a bad person.
Yeah, they also definitely, I don't know, I feel like they were labeling her as like almost like atheist or something. Like she's like she is like the foil to Lorraine.
Yes, yeah, well, she's clearly the anti-Lorraine. She's also the only person in the movie, when you look at the cast list of the photos of the actual people versus the actress, that they didn't make her hotter than she actually is. Like, they're like, no, 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 we're not making Anita Gregory sexy because you're not supposed to like her.
Also, Anita Gregory is just a drag queen name, and I stand by that.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that is a very she'd be like her character would be like a British librarian.
Yeah, she's always yelling at you.
Actually, it could be a Margaret Thatcher play. She's like the Iron Lady type of thing. But
Anita Gregory as the Iron Lady.
but yeah, so Gregory just comes in. She's like clicking her heels, she's smacking her lips, and she's just like, "This is all bullshit. Your daughter's a fucking liar." And I hate like she's so mean to the kids for no reason. Again, just because you're supposed to hate her. Like she's literally just grabbing people and be like, "These kids are a bunch of fucking dumb liars." So, and of course, Maurice Grosse like believes them immediately.
Yeah, he does, and like I think they talk about it later, but it has something to do with like the loss of his daughter and like him wanting to like know that she is out there or she could be somewhere. And I'm like, oh, that's sweet, but this is a demon. I think this is very clearly something like scary, demonic. This is not like your beautiful dead daughter.
Yeah, if I had lost, they give him a good backstory, and I like his scene outside in the rain with Lorraine later on. But I will say it's a little, yeah. If I were trying to look for confirmation of like heaven or the afterlife because I had lost a loved one, and then the first otherworldly supernatural thing I experienced was a scary smoker voice banging stuff around and harassing kids, that wouldn't make me feel any better. Also, on the little drag queen note that we just made, Keola in chat said Anita Margarita.
Anita Exorcist.
Nice, yes. Anita XX Exorcist.
Oh yes.
All right, so
Oh
we have the two of them investigating. They're kind of Anita Gregory's thing is like, look, we think Janet's doing this for attention. Maurice Gross isn't having it. And then we cut back to the Warrens, and in this one, the Warrens are actually being requested by the Catholic Church to go to London and figure out whether this is a hoax or not. And Lorraine is like, I don't really want to do it because, again, she's kind of worried that if they get involved in any supernatural shit, then Valak is going to wood Ed to death, and she don't want that to happen. But this time, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He's the one that wants to go.
yeah, but also I feel like Ed doesn't understand like how terrified she is because he's like, "Oh, look, hun, I just painted this demonic, scary like nun, and because I had a dream about it." And she's like, "Should I tell him?"
Oh, it is the fucking scariest painting I've ever seen in my life. Also, by the way, if you're a psychic and you're having visions of your husband being murdered by a scary nun, and then he independently of you, without you ever telling him about that, paints a scary nun, Lorraine, it's time to tell him.
Yes, Lorraine, especially because, dude, they bring it up again in this movie. Lorraine, you saw me die. That's why you were in the room for 8 days and didn't eat.
We talked about this last time.
Again.
If you have a partner and they lock themselves in a room for 8 days and they don't eat the entire time, when they come out, you can't just be like, "Hey, hun, good to see you again. You want to go see a movie?" Like, no, it has to be like, now the only thing we can talk about until you tell me is why the fuck you just sequestered yourself and fasted for over a week.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. I will say I do like the dynamic of Lorraine being the more hesitant one this time.
Yeah, I like that they switched it up because I will say it made, if they had done just one of them being the one who doesn't want to help for two movies, it would have made them unlikable and it would have made them seem like a wet blanket. So it's nice that they reverse it in this one, and you can see, I mean, Vera Farmiga's a good actress, so you do feel like she's very concerned for him. I feel like they make Ed a little bit more of a dumb jock in this one. Like in the first movie, he's clearly much more in tune with like her emotions, and he's very like, he can tell when there's something wrong with her. Where this movie, she looks like she's having a panic attack the entire movie, and he's just running around being like, "Oh, isn't England cool? I'm gonna play the guitar for these kids." Like he has no fucking clue that she's scared.
She just
Oh, can you? You know what? I don't know if chat could hear you, but I cut out. I cut out and lost what you said for a minute there. Can you run that by me one more time?
Oh yeah, man. I just said Ed is just giving like Fred Jones from Scooby Doo, just like himbo-y, like just Chad energy.
You know what? I can hear you now, and that is exactly. I didn't have the words for it until you just said it. He's 100% giving Fred. He's Fred, and she's Velma in this movie. Like she's actually figuring shit out, and he's just running around the house getting blasted in the face by steam. There's so much steam attacking him in this movie.
I know, because that swampy ass basement.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the basement in a little bit because the basement is I don't think they spend enough time in the basement. There's some good scares down there in that movie. But yeah, so Ed convinces Lorraine this time that they need to go. Oh, Mr. Chalupa Monkey with the 5. Thank you, Mr. Chalupa. He said, I had my dog to the growl at an empty room. This movie pulls a whole different twist on that same horror trope. Oh, dude, that's one thing, man. When your animals start getting weirded out, just like how the dog would not go into the house in the first movie, when your animals start getting weirded out, man, that's when it's time to go, because they know.
Yeah, dude, when my cats look at something in the corner of the room, I always freak out. It scares me every single time.
It
It's like, is
scares
it a
me.
person? Is it a bug? Is it like a mouse? I don't know.
It freaks me out when they do that. And the funny thing is, cats aren't like dogs. Cats will do that sometimes. Like cats, it's very normal for cats to just stare off into the distance. It's much more weird for a dog to do it. But even when my cats do it, I'm like, fuck that, man. Like I start asking them, like, should I be worried about it? Is it leaving? Like, can you give me some indication of what we're dealing with here? Is it Valak? But yeah, so it's also to speak to the real case again. The Catholic Church did not ask Ed and Lorraine Warren to go investigate this case. They did what they always did, and they like inserted themselves into it towards the end. They weren't like the Pope didn't call on the red Batman phone and be like, Ed, you gotta get to London.
No, didn't they even say, we don't want you to do anything. We just want you to go check it out.
Well, that's the funny thing. I almost feel like I don't know. The Warrens are like the church's like under the table enforcer. Like they talk to them like they're the mob. Because in these movies, of course. Because in the first movie, they're like it's the same. They always tell them like just go check it out and don't do anything. But they know who the Warrens are. They know they're not going to leave these families high and dry. And they're always like, well, you guys could go check it out. We're not going to do anything to help this family. But, like, if you guys want to go take a look, you could go... like, it's like they're telling them without telling them. Like, you kind of got to go do it.
Yeah, Ed's kind of like the bad boy of like the Vatican.
I don't know if we brought this up last time, but I'm watching Cobra Kai right now, and in Karate Kid 3, there's a villain in that movie. The Johnny Lawrence of that movie is named Mike Barnes, but they keep referring to him in that movie. Like, people will say the line multiple times throughout it. Nobody will ever be like, oh, hey, look, there's Mike Barnes. No, they'll go, hey, look, that's Karate's bad boy, Mike Barnes. And at one point, he's on the cover of a magazine that says, like, interview with Karate's bad boy, Mike Barnes, and I just couldn't help but think of that when you said Ed Warren is the bad boy of the Vatican.
I think I definitely said that last time because I think you definitely said this exact thing last time too.
Well, you're welcome, everybody in chat, for getting to hear my entire tangent about a karate movie during the horror podcast 2 weeks. Next week, halfway through, I'm just going to review a whole episode of Cobra Kai. But yeah, so they're convincing Ed and Lorraine to go. Ed convinces Lorraine to actually go. This is actually, now that I'm remembering it properly, it's when the Warrens arrive that we get the smash cut with the whole needle drop of London Calling, and we get to see the montage.
Okay, I thought it was when we were cutting to the kids when they're coming out of school. But yeah, when they're coming, already like so much haunted shit has happened because it's like 2 or 3 nights of like have passed with this British family, because we've gotten her and the sister, and then the mom finds a Ouija board and she starts freaking out on them. But then right after that, they like the mom fully believes them, and I love that because we're not spending any time with her being like, no, this is stupid. Everybody in this house believes that something is happening like right away. I love that we're just really getting to the point.
I really appreciate that they jump past the trope of people not believing it, because I understand that it's like an important plot device for people to, in most ghost movies, to do, but I also, it's like, this is The Conjuring Part 2. Like, we've already done that. It's a franchise. We don't need to sit there spending 45 minutes trying to convince one of the family members that a haunting is happening. By the time the Warrens arrive, it's actually the mom who's upset that everybody doesn't immediately believe them.
I know, and honestly, I feel so bad for her because, like, yeah, like in real life, probably none of that stuff was happening. But yeah, I would feel so bad for this woman.
Oh yeah, well and especially it's funny, Ed at the beginning, it seems like he starts to look around at the house and he sees that it's kind of shitty. And in his head, you can see him almost doing the calculus of like, well, everything here is broken. So like it probably is just like wind and pipes and creaky floors and stuff like that. And the mom is, especially with this Anita woman being there kind of saying like, I think the kids are lying and stuff. Like, yeah, he's not immediately convinced himself that something's really going on. And the mom is, I mean, she's already been dealing with like trying to convince people of this, and it's just not going well for her. We also we glossed over one thing that I thought was important to the plot of this movie, because you never see this happen in movies except the last Conjuring movie. She calls the police at one point before the Warrens arrive, and 2 cops in aggressively British police uniforms show up, and they fucking see a chair fly across the room.
Yeah, dude, and I like how it's like because she thinks it's like pipes in the walls too. And like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. And like literally like, oh shit, well, yeah, of course that's what's gonna happen. And then the chair moves, and everybody's just silent, and they're like, well, yeah, well, that's kind of beyond us now. So
Oh, they have one of the best cop in a horror movie lines ever, where she goes like, I don't remember exactly what the line is, but the female cop is like, I think maybe you need to call the church instead. Like he's just like, we are not. This is outside of our jurisdiction.
she says the priest is a family friend. I'll have him give you a call.
Yes, yeah, they're like, we're gonna actually have to. It's like when you go to a doctor and whatever's wrong with you is so fucked up that they're like, we're gonna give you a referral. Like, she's like, we actually, as police, we're gonna give you a referral to God because we can't do anything about this shit. Bandito said, do they have the goofy tall police helmets? Yes, that's exactly what I meant. And they're like the checkerboard taxi cab thing.
Yeah, literally, they look like police mimes.
Yeah, yeah. They do look like police mimes. Yeah, so the police see it. That's what, now we're jumping back forward to where we were. That's what gets the church involved in the case, which is in turn what gets the Warrens involved in the case. So, yeah, we now get the Warrens in the house, and they start to document everything. We get kind of a similar scene to the first movie, only instead of, the cop Brad and the tech guy Drew, we get instead, as they're setting up all the cameras and all the microphones and everything like that, they're setting it up with Anita and what's his name? Yeah, Grossman. And this is when they sit down to do. I'm trying to remember which big haunting thing comes next. This is where they sit down with the tape recorder to try to hear the voice that's been speaking through Janet.
Yeah, and they want her to fill her mouth, right? Because it's not speaking from in her. She says specifically it's speaking from behind her.
Yes, so they want to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt to the church so that if the haunting is real, they can get an exorcism approved, which they had to do in the last movie as well, and it didn't work out, that she's definitely not faking it. So Ed has the idea that if they fill her mouth with water, and then the voice is still able to speak, then that will be proof of the haunting because she couldn't possibly have been making the sound herself. But the voice has been fucking yelling at everybody the whole movie, like booming through the house. And all of a sudden it's very shy and it doesn't want to talk with the tape recorder and the water in her mouth. So she spits the water out and she's like, how about you guys all turn around because he doesn't want to do it while you're looking. Which is just a huge red flag that as soon as the water is introduced, like she's not able to do it anymore,
Yeah, and it's like I do remember like seeing this for the first time, not really knowing what to think because we're seeing all the haunted shit happen, but then like she's doing sketchy stuff like this, and I'm like, well, I don't really know who to believe because I'm seeing all this stuff happening, but then they're making it very clear that she's being sketchy about stuff. So I love that reveal that happens later that we don't have to get into yet.
Yeah, no, it is a good twist and almost kind of helps you to understand like how smart Valak is in the way that she's doing this. But yeah, going back to one thing that I really, really like about the scene, at this point Janet has told us that the man who was speaking through her, his name is Bill Wilkins, and he died in the house. And so we're thinking at this point, or at least the movie is telling us, they're being haunted by the ghost of a man who used to live in the house. So we're not at this point thinking, like the last movie right away, they're like, this is a demon. Where in this one it's more of a thing where we're thinking more traditional ghost at the beginning. And then Tyler David in chat said, Morty, is it every $20 in general for a shot or every $20 increment on the super chat goal? It's specifically super chats of $20 or more that on the live streams I do the shot for. If I did it every time it built up to $20 just from like the 5s and the 10s and stuff like that, I'd be way too fucked up every night. So just to clarify that. But yeah, so Bill Wilkins is going to speak through her. She tells him to turn around, and they do it. It's shot really well. It's an effect that I love. You can't really see anything. We're watching Ed's face when they get everybody to turn around, and the camera is really close up on Ed's face, taking up almost the entire screen, and he's like kind of turning his ear back towards her to listen, but he can't quite see her, and you're hearing the voice change, there's shadows moving behind him, and even though it's all audio, the scene is really tense.
it's tense, and I remember this scene every time because I know if I don't know if you look at Ed the whole time. I don't because I don't need to look at his face. But in the background, the girl switches to the old man, and it's so subtle and it happens so slowly over time. And it's like once like you like look back at Ed and then you look over and it's like it's already there. It does like kind of take you into like a weird space.
Yeah, so I rewound the scene twice because it happens so slowly. You know how when you're in a dark room, if you stare at the same spot for a while because of the darkness, it starts to look like it's moving, but it's really not. It's kind of like a trick of the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if that's what was happening just because my TV doesn't have like a perfect black on it. It's not one of those really, really expensive TVs where it's like a movie screen and you can tell. So I ended up turning the light off and I rewound it like twice. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh shit, no, she really, in the very blurry background of the shot, she really like morphs physically into this like she gets taller, the arms get longer, and they kind of hook around the ends of the chair. She physically morphs into the old man once everybody turns around. It's a really cool effect. And then I Tyler David with the 20. He said, "Say no more." So I need to go grab for the first time tonight. I don't know if I even explained this to you, Mikey. When I do the live streams, I do this $20 shot game. We last night got a little wild with it. So Tyler David just bought me a shot. I am going to grab my bottle of Vanilla Svedka that we were polishing off last night. And Mikey, do you want to keep telling them a little bit about this scene for about a minute while I run and get that?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I hope you can hear it because there's something in the scene that really caught my eye. When they keep cutting back to Grossman or Gross, whatever his name is, when they're recording, the guy who's doing either the camera or the audio capture, he looks he looks like if Tobin Bell was playing Brad Dourif in the first Child's Play movie, but also if he was a wax figure of that. And that's very specific, but he looks exactly like that. Um anyway, I hope Morty could hear that.
I
uh
could. I just came
but
back to Child's Play and Wax Figure, and I don't know what the I don't know what the context was,
oh,
but I kind of love that. And Tyler said that's his 8 of the ninth. Tyler, you're having a good night, man. And cheers, buddy, down the hatch.
oh no, I feel like I should have had something. I have water.
You know what? Next time, see, this is how I am going to not destroy my liver. Is that next time? It's going to be every other shot is each one of us. Next time it'll be the first, if we get multiple, the first one's going to be me and then the next one's going to be you. And I think we said it last week. Mikey is more of a smoker, so I think you got you that might have more of an effect on Mikey than me.
Absolutely. Or I could do a little puff early, every time too.
Oh, we could do
Um
tokes. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
yeah,
Rat
yeah.
said, Morty, how many shots did you end up taking last night? Rat, I'm not gonna count those. I woke up this morning feeling relatively okay, and I'm just gonna thank God for that. I'm gonna thank the Warrens for that. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tempt fate and count them.
Oh my God. Do you think Ed ever drank too much of the communion wine?
Oh, I think in real life Ed was probably doing a lot of things that he shouldn't. But yeah, I think Ed. I don't know. Ed seems like he'd be in real life. Ed seems like he'd be a mean drunk. In the movies, Ed's drinking half a beer at like somebody's confirmation party, and that's it.
Yeah, and then he's gonna like play a campfire song.
Yeah, he's gonna do his Johnny Cash impression again, or I'm sorry, his Elvis impression again. Rat in
All
chat
the same.
said, "Got to get those THC seltzers for Mikey." That's not a bad idea either.
I've definitely looked into those. I actually, you know what? I'll get those for the next time. I can do
Ooh,
that.
see, chat wants us both to be intoxicated for every single stream we do. And you know what? They're they're willing to pay for it. And then
That's fine.
Colin Farabia said Ed definitely had the alcoholic physiognomy. He does have in real life that alcoholic build. He kind of looks like Cyrax's Ed in real life, like with straight down to the glasses and everything. The only difference is that he wears a shirt. But I'm gonna have Mikey on one of these times for one of the lolcow streams so that he can understand all of the references that are happening between me and chat. Because I promise you guys, I want you guys to see live the first time that he experiences Big Ed.
Yeah, dude, the most I know about that stuff is, since I am subscribed to you, on my TV, sometimes your thumbnails will pop up and it'll pop up while I'm like eating dinner. I'm like, oh God.
Oh, so you just get to see Cyrax looking like the creature from Barbarian. Yeah, when you're eating, the number one comment that I get is people will be like, "Oh, Morty, I just clicked on this video. Looks like it's gonna be great, but I'll have to watch it later because I'm fucking eating right now."
Yeah, dude, literally, I was like, I was talking to my boyfriend. It's like, oh, we should watch this, and then I was like, actually, we're like eating. Let's watch something else.
I think this podcast is probably the only thing on this channel that would be safe to put on while you were consuming any type of food. But where were we? Okay, so they do this big scene with Ed listening to the voice and everything like that. And to him, it feels real. But to all of us, it feels real because it's played up to be a really scary actual adult voice that couldn't have come out of a child. But then as soon as it cuts, we get Anita just being way too much of a bitch again for no reason and being like, I bet she spit out the water and drank it again.
Yeah, dude, she's really fucking hates this kid. I feel like she's like, "Ugh, she gets so much attention. She's jealous. I think she's just jealous, honestly.
You know who she reminds me of, and this is such a weird reference and it's not horror at all. She reminds me of in the cartoon version of Grandma Got Ran
I
Over
know what
by
you're
a
gonna say. Dude, I knew exactly what you were gonna say. As soon as you're like, I don't know if it's gonna relate to it or whatever. I was like, wait, if he says it's the lady from Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, I'm gonna scream.
Is it not that exact energy? It's the aunt who wants to like steal all the money. Like,
Redhead.
yes, that
Yeah.
aunt in that movie is like cartoonishly mean to kids for no reason, and that's just how Anita comes off the whole time. She's like, I saw her bending spoons.
She said, she's lying. I got proof.
I took
was
a
like,
picture.
okay, girl.
Like she's like, woman, you are standing across the street taking pictures of a child through a window. You may have gotten a little bit too into this.
Before we go on, we are skipping some B plot stuff where they're sleeping at like the neighbor's house. I only bring it up because we get Chekhov's bell earlier when the dog has to use the bathroom, and next we're about to get that bell paying off because of the crooked man showing up.
Oh, you know what? You're 100% right. So back when the night that they call the police, they run across the street to the neighbor's house, and there's this big father. The other neighbor, clearly she's doing better because the inside of their house is clean, and she has a husband
Oh, it's
in
beautiful.
it. And then
Shit, dude.
Tyler David, I think we meant cousin Mel, right? From Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Mel or Nell, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. And then her assistant was Gross. Oh, just like Grossman.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's like the lawyer that she gets to try to take care of it.
I'm so sorry. Her name is I Am Slime.
I
so
forgot.
sorry,
Yes,
but
I
yeah.
Am Slime. Yeah, very high quality movie. Great writing in that one. But
Well,
yeah,
it's also a Christmas movie, just like this one.
this one is. So they run across the street, and the father, again, he's reminding me of the uncle from the Harry Potter movies, like the dick uncle in those ones, Dudley's dad.
Oh yeah, he kind of reminded me of like a pleasant looking version of the guy from Human Centipede too.
That is very specific. And yeah, you know what? Now that you say it, you're right. He runs over to the house in his suspenders. He's like, Oi, all these stupid women are saying the house is haunted. And as soon as he opens the door, he can immediately see how aggressively haunted the house is. And it smash cuts to them calling the police.
Yeah, dude, and they've been staying there forever, but I think it's just the kids are staying there now because Janet is so haunted that she stays in the house with her mom.
Yes! They sequester all the other kids from Janet, and they're letting the neighbor watch all of them, and the mom is in the house just fucking dealing with haunted-ass Janet. Oh shit, prettiest girl in the morgue with the 20, headed home to have a drink myself, enjoy your next shot and tote, fellas. Prettiest girl, let me remember last night, did you say an old-fashioned is your drink of choice? And I don't know if you ever said whether or not which whiskey you drink it old-fashioned with. Thank you very much. I'm gonna Mikey talk while I pour another shot.
I gotcha. So hold on. I will go over this whole Crooked Man situation because we were about to skip over it, I think. Uh, the kids are all sleeping in the neighbor's house still, and we got the sister Janet trying to help her brother stop stuttering because she hates him, I guess, and doesn't like him being different. But she's helping him with his stutter through like the Crooked Man song. And listen, if this is like a real British child thing, they need to keep it in the past. It's creepy. I don't think any kid should be learning the song. But the Crooked Man is popping out of this. There's definitely a name for it.
Hallway
I'm not
tent?
like a Victorian. What is it?
Oh, I thought you were talking about here. Wait, first of all, prettiest girl in the morgue. Cheers. I hope you enjoy your drink, relaxing after work. Down the hatch. I went good with the vanilla Svedka, guys, because after that Nikolai that I was drinking for a little while, R.I.P. Cobes. After that Nikolai that I was drinking for a little while, man, that every vodka now tastes top shelf after that. I like trained myself to like mid shelf vodka just by drinking that for a while. But I thought you were gonna say not the toy that he comes out of, but the hallway tent that the stuttering biscuit kid lives in.
That's also scary. And it's scary because it's in a hallway that looks like a cave wall because it has a huge crack on it. Um, but I don't. Do you know the name of that toy that the Crooked Man comes out of? I'm not like a Victorian like sad child, so I'm not really sure.
You didn't grow up in an orphanage in England, so you don't know. Colin
No, sorry.
Farabio said like the light up merry-go-round thing. Yeah, so I've seen
Yes.
them,
Yeah.
never in never in person. Have you been? I mean, have you been? It's downtown in Philly. It's like the Museum of Natural Science.
Yeah, I feel like I have.
There's one of them in there that has like one of those little comic strip shows in it, but it's like a giraffe like jumping over something, and it's like a really old one from like colonial Philly.
It's like still images that move with like when it moves,
Yeah,
right?
it's like when you're a kid and you draw a stick figure like doing a little dance or throwing a baseball on the bottom of your notebook, and then you flip through it and you can like see it like an animation. It's like that.
Is it a phonograph? Am I smart? Hold on.
I do not think I don't know 100% what a phonograph is, but I feel pretty confident that it's not that.
It's not. It's not. It's not. Skip past it. Forget about it.
Rat did say, and this is in reference, I think, to what you were saying about the hallway. Rat said they did a good job of making that house look damp and cold 24/7. Yeah, it looks like the whole house is like 3 floors, but it looks like an unfinished basement the whole time. Like the walls
Yeah.
are all like everything's peeling, the ceiling is all cracked and fucked up. Yeah, they really are. They're really driving home that this family is broke.
Yeah, and he used a really good word. Damp. This place is damp as hell, dude.
Oh, and this
There's
before
no way
the
there's
washing
not
machine
mold
even
and mildew
breaks.
everywhere. Oh
Oh.
well, it doesn't matter. They already had a swamp in their basement, dude.
The basement really is like some type of an indoor outdoor facility that they have happening down there. But oh wow, Tyler David looked it up. Thank you, Tyler David. It's called a zeotrope, apparently. A zeotrope.
Oh,
So that's fun.
oh, I
That's a new
see.
word. Now I learned a new word
Yeah,
doing this.
it,
But
it's that's the Victorian era. What is the xenomorph? Oh yeah,
oh yes, yeah, that will eventually spit acid. But yeah, so
yeah.
the kid has been playing with it. It's terrifying to begin with, but he's also playing with it in a tent that they have set up in a hallway that is like the width that a person could barely walk down it. Like it's a very narrow hallway, but it goes across the entire apartment. So they're setting us up for these scary ass shots where Biscuit Boy is like hiding behind the door and he's kind of like looking around the corner, and you can see the tent all the way down the hallway with like pitch black at the opening of it.
Yeah, and that's when the fire truck is coming out, right? Because they really focus in on that because that kid is like really freaking out, waiting for it to come back out.
It's a really great scare. I love it cuz you know that shit is coming back out, but the little light up fire truck that he rolls, it comes out, it's making the noise, it rolls out of the tent, and he walks out there and pushes it back in. And he walks all the way back down the hallway, he gets all the way back into bed, and you know that shit's coming back out, but you just don't know when.
Also, it's loud as hell, like the siren on it. How is that mom sleeping through this? Because all the doors are open. People are screaming all the way through the night. This kid has that, like, I don't understand how anybody's sleeping.
Well, I think we talked about this last week too, and I did before we decided to do this series. I recently watched Annabelle Creation again. The number one thing that's unbelievable that is happening in every Conjuring movie is that, like, I don't even know how to put it. Rooms that are right next to each other, sound does not travel. You can't hear anything that's happening anywhere in the house. If someone's being haunted and chairs are flying and doors are being slammed and voices are screaming, no one else in the house will hear it.
Which I guess, like, I could see if a door was closed, and not even if the door's open, though, dude. That all these fucking bedrooms have windows for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small house too, and the way that the house is falling apart, I can't imagine they're thick walls, you know. But that's like the one conceit that you have to give all these movies is that your child could be being beaten by a ghost in the next room, and you would just not wake up.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, yeah, I think
until
that literally happens in one of these movies.
until it gets to a point where they're like there's always like a climax where then they start screaming and suddenly everyone can hear it, like the force field goes down and everybody can hear what's going on. But yeah, so the crooked man, he was not no Annabelle. They tried to set him off for a spin-off in this movie and it didn't quite pan out for him.
Now, I feel like me and you have talked about the Crooked Man before, or maybe we were just talking about it after last episode, because I feel like you had a better opinion of the Crooked Man than I did.
I think prior, and this is why I always think it's interesting at the end of an episode to do like the what do you remember thinking about the next one. I remembered thinking that the Crooked Man was scary. And then when I watched it this time, I was like, he's kind of a CGI Slender Man thing, and his outfit is pretty goofy.
Dude, exactly. I was like, I really hope that you change your opinion on this dude because he looks like a claymation and I cannot.
No, the way that he moves, I think they were trying to do something stylized with the way that he moves, which works sometimes in these movies, but it's the way that they draw his face all jagged and the outfit, it doesn't feel like it belongs in these movies. Like, the first two, I don't know, there's an air of seriousness to them, and the Crooked Man almost seems like it's leaning into the territory of camp.
Well, because he also transforms from the dog into the Crooked Man, which is ridiculous.
Oh my god, yeah, that little shadow werewolf scene of him turning from the dog into the Crooked Man is kind of crazy. I also really, really hate there's a shot that you get of him where he looks particularly shitty, where a door is open and he's got like his long ass legs like are sticking out almost like they're supposed to be 3D, and he's like leaning down through the door frame and his like claws are gripping the side, and it just looks terrible. It looks like something out of like an episode of Tales from the Dark Side in the worst possible way.
It's straight up like a Tubi movie, and I'm pretty sure there is a Tubi movie called The Crooked Man.
I looked it up. So apparently the Crooked Man is a real British nursery rhyme for I guess they hate their kids.
Oh,
Because he's real. Like that's a real like rhyme that they say there. And that he is a public domain character because he's over 100 years old. So after The Conjuring 2 came out, there is like a third party kind of shitty no studio Crooked Man movie that I watched the trailer for, and it did not convince me to give it a shot.
I think that should be the last movie we watch in this series.
Oh, you think that should be the bonus episode once we watch all the Conjuring movies? Is we actually cover the shitty Crooked Man Tubi movie?
Yeah, the first commentary we do is gonna be on that movie, but we have to comment on the ads that we get during Tubi too.
Oh, you know what? Yes, we do have to review every individual like Dawn ad and stuff like that. That's good. I like that. I like that. We'll roll that into the schedule. But yeah, so the haunting is escalating at this point, and this is when we get Anita goes. So the Warrens are totally convinced. They're trying to figure out like how they can get the evidence for the church that they need to convince them of the like. Okay, the church is actually going to do this. And Anita comes to Ed and Lorraine, and she's like, "The faking," and I caught it on camera. The faking.
Yeah, and you can tell they 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 Why'd you make her sound like a news reporter? Hero about it, the Viking.
I feel like she sounds like a news reporter the whole time. I feel like she's just like mean British Lois Lane this whole movie.
She is, dude. But yeah, you can tell that the Warrens are upset because like they believe them. I feel like, but they're like, dude, listen, the church is going to tell us to come home anyway, so we might as well skedaddle. We have a daughter at home, apparently.
Yeah, so it's an interesting conflict that they have because I think they're aware that there's a real haunting based on the things that they've seen. But Anita has this video that somebody recorded from across the street where Janet is in front of a window smashing everything in the kitchen and like bending spoons and stuff like that, but they had come to the Warrens and said like, oh, the kitchen got trashed by the ghost. So now that they have this video of her doing it, it's almost like, well, it doesn't matter if it's really haunted or not at this point because this video is going to convince everybody that it's like people already are reluctant to believe in ghosts, and this video is just going to make everybody think it's bullshit.
Yeah, but I was kind of confused because I was like, well, yeah, of course she did it. I never thought a ghost did it. Because like, hasn't he been like using her as like a conduit basically? I was like, how does that prove anything? I was like, that just proves that because like, how could she do that? How could she flip that whole table?
Yeah, I guess I kind of see where you're coming from. I mean, so firsthand in the movie, we've been seeing like chairs flip across the room without anybody touching them. So I could see the argument that like, yeah, he was possessing her and making her do it, but I also think that Ed is just making like the logical decision of like we
Yeah.
think that she's haunted anyway, but regardless, nobody's going to believe us anymore, so the church isn't going to let us do what we think we have to do anyway, so we might as well just leave. And they go get on a train, I guess, to take themselves back to whatever airport they're going to fly back into the States with.
I think it was JFK because I saw it on their luggage tag.
Oh, damn, that's an eagle eye. I was not looking that closely at their... Rat said,
I was
fuck
like, is
you.
that a product placement?
Rat said, quote, fuck you guys and your spoons, unquote, Valak. Valak said, you think you're broke now? I'm going to trash your kitchen. Now you got to get takeout, bitch.
And you're poor, you can't afford it.
Yeah, they were really tormenting them. And like Valak was aware of their poverty and was making that part of the problem. But so as soon as the Warrens leave, I guess Valak is like, okay, we're in. Like we're in now. We're gonna possess Janet completely, and she's gonna get really spooky, really creepy, really fast.
Yeah, but hold on, because Ed has a spidey sense. Because two films are about to overlap each other, and it felt like Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne because he literally is like staring at that thing, like it's the fucking Da Vinci Code. He's like, wait a minute, if I cross this over here and add it to this one, I, I was just like, sir, please just play them over each other, please. We're just waiting for you to do it.
I have a joke about it too, but I'll say the little bit of background first in case we glossed over it a little bit. So earlier in the movie, when they try to record a tape of Janet speaking in Bill's voice with the whole glass of water in the mouth thing, and when they play the tape back, there's no audio on the tape. You can't like hear anything. You're getting like every fifth word that Bill Wilkins or Bill Wilkins is supposed to be saying. So you're kind of like, okay, we can't really glean anything from this tape. And when they're on the train, Ed's all stressed out, and he's just like, I wish we could do something for this family. And the luggage jumps open, and the two rolls of film, like with the tape, drop out, and they literally make a cross, like they make a crucifix. And it's exactly that. It reminds me of at the end of every episode of Sherlock on BBC, what's his name? He plays Doctor Benedict Cumberbatch would like start looking around a room and he'd be like, window, cabinet, computer, pen. Oh my God, it was the janitor. And it's like exactly that scene.
Dude, literally, and he's like, if I'm right about this, then he plays the fucking tape.
Yeah.
He's insane, dude.
So they put each tape, each of the two tapes into each of the tape recorders to play them, but he starts the one after the other, and you realize that the Riddler level mystery of this movie was that each tape only had half the audio on it, so it makes like the full message, and it's Bill Wilkins being like, help me, she won't let me leave, and it's like, oh fuck, the ghost is being captured there by some type of a different entity. So then of course Ed's like, oh fuck, demon, and they rush off the train and run back to the house.
Well, before they run back, doesn't Lorraine, or does she get hit in the car with the vision of the old dude?
I don't remember exact. I think it's they're in a cab going back. Which, speaking of Lorraine's visions, earlier in the movie, all the way back in the United States before they even got where they were going, Lorraine is in the house and she's reading her Bible with like a red pen, and she gets a vision and she starts like she sees Valak and she starts chopping her Bible up with this red pen. Like she is ripping into it, fucking this shit up. And it doesn't really come back for the rest of the movie until where we're about to get to now.
Well, dude, before we move on from that, do you know what I noticed in that scene? And I'm sure people have noticed it like literally since the movie came out. I haven't seen anything about it, and I just noticed it today. On the bookshelf in the den where like her and her daughter are, there's like letters on there, and I saw AK, and I was like, oh, like who the fuck is AK in like their family? And then I rewound it. It just says Valak. They have Valak spelled out on their bookshelf.
Oh, is that right? I never noticed that. But that's actually really cool. I've seen this a couple of times now,
I
and I've never
never
noticed
noticed
that.
that.
That's really.
I thought it was so cool, dude.
I wonder if it's hidden a few times throughout the movie. Then I should look it up afterwards because that's kind of an
That's what I was
interesting.
thinking too.
I like that. No, so they're on their way back. She has the vision in the car. She's seeing the old man. What he's like in the chair in the corner in this vision. Is that correct?
Either that or like he's kind of like slumped over because he's old, but he's like kind of in like pajamas almost or something.
Yeah, and this is when they start kind of switching it up so that we can understand that he's not supposed to be a villain. He's supposed to be more of a victim in this situation.
Yeah, I think he said he was like looking for his family, and that's why he was at the house still. Um,
He's
but
saying like
and
she
he's
won't let me
speaking in
leave, she won't let
riddles.
me go into the light. But yeah, he's speaking in these like it's almost like I think Valak's not letting him speak openly, so he has to talk to them in like these weird riddles.
Right, and that really upsets Lorraine because she says, I don't understand. She's really bad at riddles, guys. She sucks at the crossword.
I was gonna say, yeah, do not give her the New York Times crossword. She will not figure it out. Ooh, in terms of the Valak thing that you spotted in the background there, the marker mark in chat just said they also did that for the Nun 1 and 2. I haven't seen the Nun movies in forever, but now we're gonna watch them for this podcast, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna keep an eye out now that I know that that's something that's happening and try to see if I can spot any of them.
Yeah, I want to see if because I have a feeling that this universe would do that a lot. They would put like stuff like that in there. Because also in that den where they have the painting of the nun hung up for some fucking reason, they have the painting of the house from the first movie, and then there's another house on the floor, and I'm like, that looks like kind of like gothic inspired housing. I was like, I don't think there's any gothic houses in this universe. So I want to go back because I still haven't seen La Llorona, and I want to see if like any of the ones in the nun look like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do maybe like an Easter eggs deep dive before we get into the next, or maybe I'll wait because I want to see what I spot on my own, and then we can talk towards the end about like all the Easter eggs in the Conjuring universe and all,
Yeah.
because they do seem like they're pretty good about dropping little references here and there to other things and building kind of like a cohesive franchise with that stuff. But yeah, so they get back to the house. It starts storming like crazy outside. It's like a hurricane out there, and there's the whole everyone is locked out of the house. They actually try to break into one of the front windows, and the demon like throws the couch at Ed, and they can't even get in that way. So they go all the way back around behind the house. And Ed and the Uncle Vernon from Harry Potter character are sitting there with a fire axe, trying to like chop. Oh no, you know what? Ed goes in, and the door is slammed, and then the
Yeah, because Lorraine got left behind helping the family.
everybody is stuck outside except for Ed. He's in the house by himself now, and the Uncle Vernon character shows up with the fire axe to start trying to chop down this door. And this door is the sturdiest door in the world. He's a big guy with an axe trying to chop it down. It's barely making a dent. Ed's yelling for Lorraine through the door, and she's begging him. She's like, wait until I come in. I want to do it together, because she still hasn't told him that she saw his death. And he's like, I'm going to go. And he just starts running through their swamp basement trying to find Janet inside.
Yeah, and it's like, thank God this house is made out of decaying wood because how else would this man get through to the second floor?
Well, it's also scary that the house is made of decaying wood because, as we said, all the visions have been that Ed is going to get wooded to death, and like everything in
Oh,
this house
shit,
is
you're right.
jagged wood. Like this is like if the vision said he was going to be electrocuted to death, and then he was in like a factory. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, anything in this house could do it.
Yeah, but you know what's so stupid though? It's that exact same scenario, but then at the end he walks out of the factory and he gets electrocuted because out of nowhere, fucking lightning hits a tree and a new spike is created out of fucking nowhere.
Bro, it's one of the most insane scenes in this movie. The craziest bolt of lightning does basically chop a tree in half, and the tree makes like it looks like a pencil that you broke in half. It leaves like the most jagged, sharp thing, and of course it's directly below a window.
It's insane. But honestly, the visual later of like when the window bursts open and everything, very, very cool, very cool. I don't care how ridiculous it is, it looks really good.
Oh, it's a great shot. See, you it doesn't matter how ridiculous some of the stuff in this movie is because the camera work is really good and the score is really good, so it kind of just like sells it to you. And then I will say as soon as Ed gets into this house, he gets fucked up, man. He is being assaulted in this
Yeah.
house. Like he's trying to break through one of the doors in the basement to go upstairs, and he gets blasted in the face with like steam coming out of a pipe, and it burns his eyes, and you actually get like an Ed cam POV for a minute where you can see that dude can't see shit the rest of the time he's in the house.
Yeah, dude, I feel bad because they're blasting that like gospel music. Well, not gospel. It's like Christmassy church music, and so he can't hear, he can't see. This is not his house. He does not know the layout. It's poor. It's gross. I feel so bad.
His feet are completely soaked because he had to walk in his shoes and socks through the swamp basement that has like 3 feet of water in it. The level of overstimulated that I would be in that house in that scenario, even without the demon, is ridiculous.
Yeah, and then while this is happening, meanwhile, this is where they realize, oh, we need the name of the demon, and then that's when she realizes that she's had it this whole time.
So she, while Vernon is trying to break down the door, she goes, "Oh my God, my Bible! I need my Bible!" because she remembers that she mangled it, and she like runs back to the car and opens the trunk and grabs it. She starts flipping through, and she realizes that like on each page that she was fucking up with the pencil, she like scratched the demon's name into the Bible, and she reads that it's Valak.
Yeah, and she whispers it to herself. She's like, Vanek, I have your name. And I'm like, okay, Lorraine. She's like, this is her moment. She's about to go do something serious right now.
Yeah, she has a real
Um,
dramatic flair to it.
yeah, and she does get into the house, but that poor fat uncle from Harry Potter, the door hole is only big enough for her, so he still has to keep chopping it till he can get inside.
I wrote down in my notes, by the time she realizes that the demon's name is Valak, Uncle Vernon has very conveniently cut an only Lorraine-sized hole in the door.
Yeah, dude, it's like the shape of her and her collar and everything.
It literally looks like in a cartoon when like Goofy would run through a wall and it leaves like the Goofy silhouette in the wall. Like it's perfect size that only Lorraine can get in there and nobody else. She runs in there. Her husband is fucking blind and deaf and damp and stumbling around the house. He finds the little girl upstairs and she tries to jump out the window. And
Oh,
he
wait, dude, you're missing a really good fucking part though, right before that. When he sees the crooked man, which doesn't look good, but the crooked man slams himself into the wall and then spirals around the entire hallway, like crushing shit. That looks so cool.
Oh, it's funny because I do kind of hate the Crooked Man, but he does a xenomorph. He gets on all fours, and yeah, he like runs. He's running up the walls and the roof and everything. And dude, they cut to Ed's face, and you can see on Ed's face that he's like, "I'm used to dealing with ghosts and shit." That's scary. Like he's scared as fuck when the Crooked Man starts running at him. It's a really good shot.
He said, I need my wife, actually.
Yeah, he said, "Lorraine." Yeah, so then he goes into the bedroom with the big bay window. The little girl is standing there, Janet, with the window open. The wind is blowing everywhere. They really build up the tension to this scene. The music is like like the peak pitch, the music is like built to a fever pitch, the storm and the rain and everything is going, and she just kind of does that thing where like she doesn't jump out the window, she basically takes a step right out of it and just falls, and he grabs her wrist, and now he's leaning all the way out of the window holding on to her, and it's literally Lorraine's vision where he's leaning out the window over the spike.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Ed, this family, again, like we've been saying, is poor, so they have cheap, cheap curtains, and they are breaking, and he's about to fall out the window.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. He's holding on to the curtains, and each individual clip on the curtain rod is popping one by one. He's getting lower and lower.
Yeah, and the mom is just looking down, and she's like, "No, Johnny!"
Yeah, like this man came to say it. She's down there. Everybody else has become completely useless at this point. Like I said, though, what were they supposed to do? There was only a Lorraine-sized hole in the door. Nobody else could get
But
in there.
thank God. But thank God, though, dude, because as soon as she gets up there, you would suspect that she would, say Valak's name. No, she gives a little bit of a monologue first. She's trying to get the attention of everybody in the room, and then she says Valak's name.
It is hysterical. You know how at like the Oscars and like award shows, when they do a speech for too long, they start to play the orchestra music to like let them know, and it'll get louder until they stop talking. She is giving this speech being like, "You vile foul thing from hell," and it's like you can see Ed looking at her like, Lorraine, if you know the name, maybe say it before the last of these Dollar General curtain rods pop and me and this girl die on a tree."
Yeah, dude, unfortunately, though, this, I think, this whole thing leading up from, like, them trying to get into the house up until now, favorite part of the movie. I think it's
Yes.
so well done. It looks great. I hate the shots of Valak here. I think they look so bad.
It is like they're from a different movie. They're really good in The Conjuring 1 and 2 at building up to a great climax. But yeah, when they show her in this room, I think she's not shrouded as much as she is in the rest of the movie. Like she seems more like a tactile person while Lorraine is talking, and she's like
Yeah.
kind of hissing and moving back and forth. I really don't like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI, it looks like, on the face, too. And, like, I don't know, you were mentioned it earlier, because, like, when I saw The Nun in theaters, I saw it in Dolby, and for some reason, I feel like the black wasn't black enough, or it was like too black. And I feel like the same thing was happening on my TV today. So it didn't look eerie at all. It just looked like she was like in a bright room. Um, and I think that's why they switch it to that actress in the other movies, because it just doesn't look amazing here.
Yeah, I think the combo, I mean, later on in some big horror franchises, they will be able to do the whole combo of CGI and makeup. Like, the one that comes to mind is Skarsgård as Pennywise. They do a really good
Yeah.
job of, it's his face and it's practical makeup, but then they're also using some CGI to fuck around with it as well. And I think, in this movie, it's just not quite there yet, or maybe they didn't have the specific CGI company that's good at it. And yeah, there's something weird going on with the lighting. They're blowing a fan on Valak like she's supposed to be on the cover of like the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Like the veil is blowing back, like it's supposed to be the wind, but it just looks kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's Valak and Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, it's a little rough. The other thing that I think is a little rough about the scene is Vera Farmiga is great as Lorraine Warren. She's great in general, but her line
Yeah.
delivery when she yells Valak, they zoom in on her face with all the wind blowing, and she does kind of a Gal Gadot line delivery where she's like, Valak.
She wasn't sure the pronunciation. It's like Roman Catholic.
It's so specific, but she like opens her
Balik.
mouth really wide. And she's like, "Oh, Valak!" Like it's just giving Gal Gadot.
Dude, that's amazing. And is that when Valak turns into the actual, like, it looks like Satan almost. Is it supposed to be a demon? Is it a demon?
Yeah, she melts into this like very masculine looking black goop demon that you end up seeing that demon again, or a very similar looking demon in Annabelle Creation. You see like a similar type designed creature, but yeah, she turns into like this almost thin venom thing. Daki in chat said it, the line I'm making fun of Gal Gadot for saying the Kalel. No.
Yeah, dude. Also, I think that demon like look is also in the first Annabelle movie too. Like in like there's like a long staircase scene. I think it's in that one
It
too.
is.
So
It
I like that it
crawls up at
carries
the mom.
throughout. Yeah, and it looks almost like Twisted Roots too. I like it,
Yeah,
but it looks bad. But I like the concept of it.
I like it when we see it in the Annabelle movies and it's in the dark and you're not seeing
Yeah.
it in broad daylight. It's really freaky in the Annabelle movies, but when you again, this scene is so well lit up there in that bedroom by the window that it's very hard to make anything look freaky in it. But yeah, it kind of morphs into the demon and starts like hissing and that's kind of where we get the climax of like she said the magic word and it's all kind of over now.
Yeah, and then I like when we're wrapping up stuff and like the ambulance is there and everything. Much like a police officer to like a young child, Ed Warren gives this little girl a cross necklace that he says it is his own personal one.
Yeah, he's talking about like my father gave this to me. He tells this little story at the end about how he used to be scared of monsters and ghosts, but then his dad told him about Jesus Christ. And now he's Ed and he's not scared of anything.
But dude, I'm telling you, he has 50 of those that he gives out to kids. They're just like those like deputy sheriff badges that like guys give out to the kids.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking he's like a dentist with a toothbrush. No, you know what's actually
Because
probably
this house is cleansed.
that should be like a better example of it. They don't do it anymore, but when you were a kid, it never happened to me, but I've seen it like on TV shows in the 90s. This was like a pre 9/11 thing. If you were a kid and it was your first flight, you could meet the pilot and he would give you a little wings pin, and it's like the pilot was always like, "Oh, you're special. You're going to be a pilot one day. Here's this pin." Like it's Ed Warren meeting children across the country and giving them a cross and being like, "You're special. You're going to grow up to be a Catholic."
You're gonna be a priest one day.
But yeah, so he gives her this speech, and then that's not the only Warren lionizing that we get, because then, of course, when the Warrens get home, they have the oh my god, it's in my notes. I looked it up and I completely forgot about it. The Zeotrope. They have the crooked man bullshit thing. I don't know why they took that because it was the fucking chair that the ghost Bill was attached to.
And dude, the fact that they don't take the chair and it says that the mom died in that chair 40 years later.
In real life, how the fuck did they continue to live in that house, first of all? Yeah, they should have taken that bitch's whole... I bet they tried to take the lazy boy and she was like, "We don't have money for new furniture, you can have the toy."
She's like, "It's my chair. My husband bought it with the house."
They do mention, yeah, that's a good point. They do mention that the husband that ran off with that's another great line in it. Ed being like his religious self. Ed's like, "Is there a father in the picture?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "Hey, is there any chance of reconciliation?" And she goes, "He ran off with the neighbor and had twins." And Ed goes, guess not."
But dude, you can even see like his face doesn't change that much. I think he's disappointed. I think he's disappointed in her.
Yeah, you can see that he's kind of like, you could give it a shot. You could see that in his face that he's like, well, marriage is a sacrament. Like, he's kind of judging her for it. But, yeah, so they bring the Zeotrope back. They place it in the collection of the cursed artifacts. And then because Ed and Lorraine Warren are a horny power couple who only ever... They're Morticia and Gomez Adams levels of being horny and wanting to fuck each other all the time.
Oh my god, they are. That is insane.
We talked about it last week in the first movie. Every time
I know,
that
but
she
I
sees Ed,
visualized it.
every time she sees Ed being a good dad to kids other than their own actual daughter, like fixing a car or reading a book, you could just see her just being like, "I'm gonna fuck that man as soon as we're alone."
And dude, like literally, because they stay in the haunted house the first night for some fucking reason. I don't know why they don't get a hotel. And they're in separate like single beds or in the boys' beds, and he's like, "Lorraine, I don't think I can sleep this far away from you." And she's like, "Well, you're gonna have to give you something to look forward to."
Oh my god, yeah.
These two are so horny. Because literally right before they said that, I wrote in my notes, I said, "You're gonna make me try to believe that these two are not gonna be fucking each other. You're insane."
It's a hysterical line. Yeah, they're sleeping in like twin beds that are next to each other, and he says like, I don't think we've slept this far apart since we got married or something like that. And he's like trying to like put the moves on her, and she's like not having it there, but she's definitely like, yeah, no, 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 it's gonna be your shit is gonna go crazy when we get back to the marriage bed in the States.
I know. I just, I don't know. I think overall, this movie style-wise is better than the first one. I think, originality and concept, I think the first one is better.
I like this movie a lot. Should we do ratings? I think it's about that time because the only other thing
Oh,
that
yeah.
happens is that once they're home, Ed, the way that he did for the little girls in the house earlier, Ed cracks out his guitar and his Elvis impression and plays "Can't Help Falling in Love," and that's the song that plays over the credits as the movie wraps up.
But he doesn't, does he just play it to Lorraine? I don't think he plays it to his own daughter.
No, no, of course not, because nobody gives a fuck about that daughter except for their mom that has to protect them from the Annabelle doll. She has the
Which
hardest babysitting job ever.
did not see her in this movie. I'm going to suspect in like those few years she died. Sorry, my mom.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not see Mum again. Not a recurring character. Rat in chat said in the credit post credit. She said in the credits, Ed lays that pipe down. Yeah, the post credit scene is just Ed. No, it's the daughter in the other room being like, I think there's a ghost again, and it's just Ed in the other room like.
Dude, at the end of the movie, whenever they like show like the final image after the credits, and there's like a little noise, and it sounds like a little it should be Lorraine moaning at
It's
the very end.
instead of the ghost. It's diabolical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would give this movie. I gave The Conjuring, I think, did I give it a 9 or a 10? I can't remember. We got to start those letterboxed up so we can track them. But I'm
I
gonna
know.
I'm gonna give this one an 8. I really like it, and I think it's really good. I do think that the first one was a little bit more even throughout the movie, like the building of the scares. I liked the traps a little bit better, and I think the family in the first movie was a little bit more cohesive. But I did like this movie a lot, and I definitely think that I would hold it up as being like one of the really good ghost movies of like the 2010s.
Oh yeah. I again, just like you, I don't remember what I gave The Conjuring last week, but to put it in perspective, on my personal letterbox, I gave it like a 3.5, and I gave Conjuring 2 a 4.5. Before that, it was already on my letterbox at like a 3.5, I think, but since I just gave The Conjuring a 3.5, I do think I like this one more just overall.
You know what's
I
funny?
don't know, the atmosphere is just really cool.
I completely forgot that Letterboxd is out of 5 and not out of 10 because I've been using IMDb recently. So when you said you liked it better, but you gave it a 3.5, I was like, that's a shit rating. What do you mean you liked it? You gave it a 3. I was so confused for a second there. Yeah, okay, so since we're doing Letterboxd, we should do it on the show out of 5. I would give the first Conjuring a 4.5, and I would give this one a 4.
Okay, that's fair. I guess I don't know. I Everything feels more James Wan in this movie, I think, because I know somebody in chat last week was asking us about Malignant, and I think it was like the overhead shots in this, and like some of like the really intense like moving around rooms was reminding me of it. So like I don't know, it just felt like his signature was like he pissed all over it with this one.
Yeah, it is. So the first Conjuring movie does feel more like its own project, where this one feels more like it could almost fit into like the Insidious universe, especially with like the creepy old man, the voices, the demon with paint on its face. Like it does get a little bit Insidious, it does get a little bit Wan, and I like most of the James Wan projects. Insidious series, if we ever do that, I'll probably feel the same way, where I like the first one the most, and then things decline generally from there to varying degrees. But no, I like this one a lot. I remembered liking it. I think I liked it better than I even remembered liking it. Like I probably would have guessed that I was going to give it like a 3.5, but I'm ending up at a 4. And I will say these first two Conjuring movies, and if I have to remember, um, if I'm gonna pull, I guess what I think I thought of some of the other ones while we're here. The next movie in the chronology is the original Annabelle movie in terms of releases, and I remember really liking the original Annabelle as well.
Um, I know I liked it when it first came out. I watched it during the pandemic again because I was just buying just so many movies on my PlayStation. I bought all the Wrong Turn series for some reason. But I bought Annabelle and I was watching it, and this is after like I had been listening to like a few more like film podcasts because I'm unbearable, like most people who listen to them are. Um, but like I don't know, there's some stuff in it if I remember correctly where it's like, oh, there's the spiritual black woman who has the answer to everything. So that's literally like the only thing I remember from that movie. So I hope I'm gonna like it more than I did the last time I watched it.
Yeah, I do remember it having problems, and I'll probably rate it lower than either of these two movies. But I remember liking the timepiece and liking the cast, and then also
Yes.
liking the whole story of the Annabelle. It's not even my favorite Annabelle movie, by the way. I actually like Annabelle Creation the most out of any of the Annabelle ones. But that's going to be
Yeah.
what we cover next week. Is we'll be doing the original Annabelle movie. That will be our coverage for next week, and then if you have a couple of minutes, Mikey, before we wrap it up, I meant to tell you before we started doing the stream tonight, do you have about 15 minutes to watch the directed, written, and starred in film by Chance Wilkins, Cyrax? It's about 15 minutes long, called The Darkness. It's the horror movie that he made.
Yes, I have time. Am I pulling this up on the stream
I
on my
will
phone?
share my screen with you
Gotcha.
now that I'm going to be actually playing something. Let me pull it up. Bear with me for a second, guys, while I pull up the dark. I think I'd like to do a thing where we get some type of a horror adjacent thing from a lol cow, even if it's just Andy Ditch being disgusting or something like that, for like maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, something like that, at the end of each episode of Horror Haven. So we have it right here. This is from October 9th of 2018 from Chance Wilkins' quote-unquote film company called Dark Star Films, and this is his movie The Darkness, which we will be watching at 1.25 speed because there's a lot of nothing going on in it, and I'm going to put it on the stream so you guys can see it, and then I will also share my screen with Mikey so that he can see it as well. Let me just switch everything over real quick. And here we go. I've got The Darkness up on screen here. Let me jump over real quick to the Discord and share my screen here. Oh, Prettiest Girl in the Morgue is back with the 5. Thank you, Prettiest Girl in the Morgue. The Darkness has to be about that jack-o'-lantern mouth of his. I wish. It could be anything. It could be about his jagged jack-o'-lantern mouth. It could be about let's see. Let me just make sure I get this opera tab
No, guys, I'm
application.
confused. I'm not seeing the darkness on Letterbox. Who is it directed by exactly?
Renowned filmmaker Chance Wilkins. Mikey, can you see this on the screen share now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. So we are gonna start. We're gonna start playing The Darkness here. I've seen it before. A couple of you guys have probably seen it. A rat said Dark Star Films. He named the company after his butthole. Dacky in chat said, "Is there any place we can make suggestions for movies to check out at a later date? You can email them to me at the email in my bio for the channel, or if you'd like, you could drop them in the comments below, not in the live chat, but like in the actual comments of the video for this stream, because all these ones are staying up. They're not going to go behind the paywall like a lot of the old streams do. So now I'm going to play it for a second, Mikey. Just tell me if you can hear it, because sometimes Discord is a little weird about that. And as long as you can, we'll get into it.
If there's supposed Oh, yeah, I hear it.
Okay, fantastic.
Mama, was that a toe?
I think by a toe, you're referring to Chance Wilkins, which is phenomenal. Yes, human toe is a great way to describe him.
It's like a wax figure. Oh. Okay, Claw.
By the way, this is from 2018. He looks 1,000 times worse now than he did during this.
Um, I'm just gonna throw out the word fetal alcohol syndrome. Does that mean anything to you here?
I can't believe that you guessed that within 30 seconds of looking at him because, yes, fetal alcohol syndrome. He was also born 28 weeks into the pregnancy, which I don't know if you know how long a pregnancy is supposed to be. A lot longer than that. He was born with one functioning lung, only one of his eyes can actually see, and he balded when he was like 16 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let's see what he made for me.
The very quiet "oh, okay" tells me everything I need to know.
It's gonna be okay.
I he I can't put my finger on it, and I don't want to. But it's giving not uncanny valley, but like if they like had like really he's posing. Never mind.
I'm gonna put the subtitles on because the sound leveling in this is very bad. Oh, can I not? Are there
Oh
not closed captions? Oh, here we
well,
go. Oh, unavailable. Great.
come on, man. Indie filmmakers, the budget, it's not where we gotta give some slack.
The green filter is great. Prettiest girl in the morgue
It's like
said,
a
bless
Saw
his heart,
movie.
he thinks he's an MMA fighter. Yeah, he does. He does. We're gonna have to do a whole introduce Mikey to Cyrax stream at one point because he does in fact think that he's an MMA fighter, a successful music artist, a lot of a fashion designer, a lot of things.
In all actuality, I did.
Oh, you know what it is? It's like a Whoville, but like from the methadone clinic. Oh, okay.
He does have that like scrunched up in the middle nose that the people in the live action Grinch had.
Yeah, and like he has the shoulders of that kid from Stranger Things.
Oh,
Or
that
lack thereof,
I was
sorry.
gonna say just not have it. He gets it's amazing that you're coming up with all these independently because he gets made up fun of for having no shoulders constantly, but I also know that you've never heard that joke, which makes it even funnier.
I have not. He looks like how I used to draw people in 8th grade, which was just like neck and no shoulder.
I know
That's
what that
insane.
thing is.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard last night.
not him
Whatever
looking
it
down
is,
saying, I don't know what
that
that
thing
thing
can't be
is.
I don't know what it is either because he's pulled
It's
it
so
out on
dangerous.
other people's streams before, and it's definitely not something. I've luckily never seen his thing.
Whatever that thing is,
But
wants to
I
kill me.
I would say it's giving scab. Um
from what I've seen,
that was scary. That was scary the way that his head moved but his eye didn't move. That was scary.
Why do you seem so scared? All I wanted to do was play with you.
What was that?
Please come and play
Is that
with
his
me.
AI girlfriend?
I'm so lonely.
it probably is because notice how it has a child's voice. Chance Wilkins is a world-renowned child predator, so of
Well,
course
you
he
have to
has
become
this
a predator
child.
when nobody else wants.
Oh no,
That was
that's
the priest setting.
terrible, terrible.
You're not afraid of the dark, are you?
Hello? Anyone there?
Come out.
Hello?
Here's the thing. I can tell what's wrong here. It's not because he's a bad actor.
I know I just
He's
said
a
something.
stage actor. He's
I don't know
giving
what it
us
is, but whatever
angles.
it is,
He's
it's
always
not good.
looking forward.
Oh, you think he wasn't built for the screen? He was built to be doing like King Lear.
Yes, but from what I see here, he looks. I'm assuming when you made somebody who was like 4'11" earlier, it's this thing.
Yes.
So maybe not the stage.
Oh shit, Little Che, what's going on? Little Che said hi. How many shots in are we? Just 2 tonight. It's been a light night tonight. I'm gonna wake up easy tomorrow. It's only been 2. We got Troll Community Rick in chat, horror genre Rick here, bitches. Rick, what's your favorite scary movie, man?
Seriously, drink.
Oh, classic horror shot. Don't close the fridge door.
He closes it, and behind it, it's a child, but instead he gets excited. Oh, shit, we got Fear in chat. Fear with the 20. Thank you very much, Fear. Fear said Silk Song in 1 hour. Fear, I don't know what that means at all, but you paid for it, so can you clarify it for me? And then I'll hit play. I'll hit play while I pour this shot. We're still doing Fear. I don't know if you heard earlier. We're still doing the vanilla Svedka that we had last night.
Here's what I will say about this man. He may look like that, but his fridge is full.
Oh yeah, that thing is stocked up with the Ohio taxpayers EBT full of full of
EBT, bitch. That's ET.
He's got all the condiments in there. Oh, it's a video game. Okay, it's a video game coming out. Fear said look it up. I will look it up after we do this The Darkness. And then I'm getting a couple of favorite scary movies in chat. We've got Tyler David said Signs is my favorite. I love Signs, man. Signs is one of my favorite alien movies. Troll Community Rick said I really like the Chucky movies. That's more your thing than mine, Mikey. You're a big Chucky fan.
Dude, I love Child's Play overall, yeah. The second one is one of my favorite movies. It's actually like right above my desk in like one of those huge like poster frames. But yeah, I love that franchise. It's great. Jennifer Tilly, love of my life.
You
And
love
every-
Child's Play, and Chance Wilkins loves playing with children.
Maybe we would get along. Oh my god.
All right, bottoms up. Thank you,
Might
Fear.
be nice to stay out. Maybe I'll phone the guys and see what's up.
Dude, he's like looking
Yeah,
at me and you
we'll
at the same
phone the
time.
guys. Maybe get together.
Oh yeah, he's like a chameleon. They like stick out in different directions.
Yeah, chameleon. Dude, this is. Oh, you know what? Also, it's like if Psychowitz from Victorious, again was at the methadone clinic.
Oh no, it's like if he looks like Psychowitz, but he has the intentions of Dan Schneider.
But also like some facial features of a toddler, which I'm sure.
That's incredible. See, it's interesting getting a fresh perspective on Chance because there's so many in-jokes about him at this point. Tyler David, have a good night, man. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah, there's so many in-jokes about Chance that, like, seeing someone react to him who doesn't know anything about him is kind of funny. My original joke about him that I dropped on a Kiwi Tapes video, which is kind of how I got into all this in the first place, was I called him The Hills Have Lazy Eyes. People also regularly say that he's like from Wrong Turn.
Yeah, he also looks like a parasitic twin of like Wes Craven.
Ooh, I could see that. Like the one that's like growing out of Wes Craven's back.
Yeah.
Troll Community Rick said Cyrax is the greatest accomplishment of the people at the Jim Henson Company. Yeah, he's a puppet, and the puppeteer is Security Jake.
Yeah.
Does he have a Live Strong bracelet? What's that say?
I was reading his Cajun country shirt.
Is he Cajun?
No, just white trash.
Oh.
Alright, see you there.
Ooh, Usagi said he looks like he could be from Outlast. Yeah, I could see that. I've only played the first Outlast, but very good. Okie Doll said Deliverance. Definitely one of the inbred kids from Deliverance for sure.
Also, the way that he's moving, like it looks like he's struggling. It looks like the puppets from Hellraiser when they're just like the muscle and shit.
Oh, when they're not like fully developed Cenobites. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when it's just like a very stiff puppet.
Yeah, he does move.
Oh.
He moves like one of those wood puppets.
Dude, honestly, I love that hat. I had that hat in the 4th grade, along with some fingerless like Jack Skellington gloves.
Pause. I swear, chat's not gonna believe that you don't know this guy. He has a pair of fingerless gloves with like the skeleton hands on that he wears to this day when he does his karaoke concerts with like the microphone that's not plugged in.
If I saw this on the side of the road, I think I would speed up.
Probably, yeah.
I guess I'll have to call him when I get back.
So, did he release the script?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Look at this place.
he's missing out. I would have bought it on his
I want the
Patreon.
Criterion with the director's
Beautiful.
commentary.
Yeah, I want a steelbook of this. I want to add it.
Oh,
next to my
Dacky
carry.
just pointed out something great. He said, Morty, that's the hoodie from the Beatdown. He was famously beat up by one of his internet trolls named Music Biz Marty, R.I.P. to the king. And he was wearing this hoodie when he got beat up, and he was like begging for help. He was like, Marty, please. Marty, I beg of you, let me go.
Oh my god.
Holy cow.
Is he recording this on his iPod?
It probably is like an iPod Touch 4 or something like that.
He just looks like camouflage. Just looks like camouflage when he's moving.
Here in the forest,
Who said
dark
that?
and deep, I offer you eternal sleep.
I don't like that he knows how to use
Whoa!
children's voices.
I have to play that one more time.
Okay, somebody was watching Scooby-Doo this morning, and they saw how Scooby jumped into Shaggy's arms, and they said, no, that's comedy.
It is hysterical that you just pointed out the thing about him being able to like AI generate a kid's voice or something in 2018, because yeah, it is scary to think what else he's making the fake child voice say to him outside of this film.
Whoa!
Hey, can you guys hear me? Mikey just messaged me that he can't hear me.
Okay.
Mikey, can you hear me now?
Oh my god.
I don't know if this is. I don't know if chat can hear me, but I'm pretty sure Mikey can't. Mikey, am I coming through? Oh, I don't know. I'm not getting the response from chat or from Mikey. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, I'm hearing. We can hear you. Mikey, let me try it again. All right, Mikey, am I coming through now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Guys, I sound engineer Morty. Yeah, I know, guys. I know. Professional streamer over here. 7 years, Mikey. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we may have lost Mikey. The marker Mark with really good sound engineer advice here. He said, "Start yelling at the computer tower. It usually works." Yeah, I will try that next. I don't wanna. You hurting my ears? I don't wanna do that to you guys. Oh, now Mikey's saying, I guess that I can't hear him, even though. Let's see.
Yeah.
I guess he can hear
Can't.
me, but I can't hear him now, so that's fun. Okay. Well, you know what, guys? We did the first half of the darkness tonight. So now I think yeah, the satellite man got us. Typical Morty behavior. Damn satellite man. Yeah, 100%. We can hear Mikey and you. We just can't hear each other for some reason. Okay. All right. Well, we can live with that. I'll keep playing it. Oh, we can hear both of you. Everybody can hear us both. Okay. All right. So we'll finish out the darkness. We just won't be able to hear each other.
Gotcha. Alright. Oh shit, I can't ask questions though. Alright, I won't know any lore, so sorry.
No, there's no voice.
Also,
again.
like a mix of like the Geico gecko and like the Geico like cavemen.
I gotta get out of here. I need to hurry up and get back to the house.
I don't believe that lives in a house. I don't feel bad being named a pedophile.
Oh, the
So
thing
the
was,
image got like clear for
There
1
it is.
second. I saw his face look at me.
it's not good. And what the hell is with that little girl's voice?
Yeah,
No way.
of course you're focused on the little girl's voice, you fucking weirdo. He's giving smells like infection. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay,
gotta be the force of
I can hear
darkness.
everybody again now.
It's gotta be.
Oh, you can hear me?
Oh, that's
Yeah, my audio's back.
Oh, okay. I was just saying he looks like a mix of the Geico gecko and the Geico caveman.
Oh, I called him the Geico caveman in a video earlier, but it did not occur to me that he looks like both of them. He does kind of look like the gecko.
What age did he start balding?
Who
He
is
was
this?
still in high school, but that's not really a helpful metric because he was in high school from when he was 14 to when he was 23. He was there for 9 years, and he did not graduate.
That's insane that they let that into a high school.
Two high schools.
Hello?
As a legal adult.
Who is this? Hello?
Sorry, I can see your phone isn't. You know, like I said, independent
I see
filmmaker.
a
I'm not
figure
gonna
behind
say.
the
I'm not.
wall. I'm so afraid he's going to fall.
Guys, he's literally letting us know he hit somebody behind the wall. There's a little girl behind the wall.
What movie is that with the
Look
bodies?
behind him.
It's like a haunting in Connecticut.
Oh shit! Yeah, and they open up a wall and there's like a bunch of eyelids or something. Oh my god. He's giving somebody that would collect dolls, but only the ones that are like anatomically correct.
Little boys.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, so I call him the F slurs too. I'm not gonna. I was told I'm not allowed to, so I won't.
I mean, you're allowed to say it in life, but on YouTube, unfortunately, we cannot.
No,
or else
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
have to
yeah,
take
yeah.
the stream. He says it all the
Yeah,
time,
well,
but
I mean, me too. I'm allowed to.
he's not.
Oh, if he said it to me, I was gonna say I'd punch him. I don't think I would be able to reach. I'd kick him.
I
Punch
wouldn't
him
want to
over a
get
fence.
the infection that you would get from his jagged teeth if you hit him. But he yells a lot of slurs, man. He likes dropping the hard ER.
Oh, well, I think he's allowed to say it by the looks of it. Oh, wait. Beginning? I was thinking RE.
Oh my god, yeah, that
Not
one he
ER.
can say. You're right. Oh my god, this is actually kind of
Oh
scary.
my god. Oh my god, is this Barbarian?
People have been saying for a while he looks like the creature from Barbarian.
Oh my, that's really unsettling, dude.
Rat, I will play it out with egg roll tonight.
This just reminded me, did you watch that movie Oddity yet?
Is that the Shudder original?
Yeah, oh god, it's reminded me of that a little bit.
I did watch that. I thought it was
This is like Pennywise's like cousin, like Nickel Stupid.
Nickel stupid. Oh shit!
Oh my god,
we
it was
got
a dream.
George Lucas in chat. George Lucas said, "Whoever did his
The George Lucas.
the George Lucas AntiMatterMikey." See, Mikey doesn't know. We get celebrities in chat. We actually regularly get Osama bin Laden in chat all the time. So
Oh, I've always wanted to meet him.
you're like, I'm more excited about him than George Lucas. But yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
George Lucas is in chat. He said, "Whoever did his prosthetic makeup did amazing work." Yeah, I think it was Greg Nicotero working on this one.
Oh my god. Why are his hands bigger than his head?
Why is his head smaller than his hands?
I just assumed that like he had huge hands, but no, I guess you're right. That man has like an actual pea head.
He reminds me of the Pinhead people from American Horror Story Freak Show.
Oh yeah, but he also looks like like he has an illness that like if I got too close to him, I'd be like, oh my god, you smell like you're decaying.
I think he is rotting from the inside out. His teeth definitely
My
are.
friends are gone. Nobody believes me. I'm scared.
I'm scared. I would like Ryan Murphy to do a his next like gay hot crime documentary about this man.
Oh my god, the Ryan Murphy
did.
show
Go
starring... There are so many
Whatever you
trolls
are,
in his
please leave
life
me
too.
alone.
One of them is named N-word Boy.
I don't
One of
want
them
you
is named
here.
William Gloryhole. He could cast some really hot actors to play them in the Ryan Murphy show of Cyrax's life.
It's here.
Oh my god, do you know who would play him? It's the guy from American Freak Show who plays Meep.
Oh, Meep! I was thinking Pepper, but yeah, that's a really good one too.
Yeah, because Meep is also that deformed baby from the first season too, and that's that.
If we could get, if we could, like, Freak Show, if he could, like, Meep die in, like, the 3rd episode, that'd be great.
What's that?
Sorry, him walking into this bathroom like that for some reason, I thought we were gonna get a shower scene where he was doing like a Ferris Bueller with a shampoo.
Him scratching his belly and being in his Cajun country shirt is killing me.
Okay, honestly, love the taste in shower curtain. It's giving luxury. It's giving elegance. Woman.
That's his grandma Sally that he lives with's decision.
Wow, I feel like this thing's watching me.
Why do you
Well,
seem
God,
so
God
scared?
bless her.
All I wanted to do was play with you. Please come
Sally
and
has
play
the
with me.
world record for raising
so
the most
lonely.
PDFs in Ohio.
not afraid
She's
of the
personally
dark,
raised
are
3
you?
PDFs.
No.
Don't be afraid. Come with me.
Oh.
I will show you where I play hide
Oh.
and seek.
They all live
Do
together?
you want to play hide and seek?
No,
You hide,
the other
and I'll
ones are
find you.
scattered across the country.
You're
One's in
going
Alaska.
to die in there. Don't say I didn't
Oh,
warn
okay,
you.
good. There's not a lot of prey
I
there.
know things no one knows. You're going to die.
Oh my god, he's
Help me.
choking.
I'm begging you.
He's eating some
Can you help
Cajun
me?
chicken and he's choking. Was this for something or like was this for us? Like
It's for us. It's his gift to us. He's a creative man.
oh, okay. I was like maybe there's like a film festival
No.
or
Now he's doing Saw.
honestly I would like to see oh what the hold on.
Let me let you process that for a second.
Hold on. Is this okay? This is one of two things in my head. This is either him doing some gymnastics that I didn't know he could do in a wig, or this is a TikTok he stole.
It's a
Somebody
TikTok
put in
he
his
stole.
phone. That is amazing. I was like, why did it change to like a phone view?
The ratio changes, the quality changes. Yeah, no, this is like a horror. I mean, it was 2018, so I don't know what it would have been back then, but yeah, this is somebody's analog horror that he stole, and he got dragged really bad for it.
Okay, look at her. Good for her. You know, the most interesting part of the movie, honestly.
Easily.
What's her Venmo? Let's find her Venmo. Is there gonna be a jump scare?
There's more. There's more. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, I thought you meant there's gonna be like a sequel. I
Troll
know who
Community
you
Rick
preyed
said
on
Mikey is
somewhere.
hilarious. Yeah, I'm not friends with not funny people. That's why he's my best friend. He's funny as fuck. Little Che,
Yeah, I'm
good
not
night,
ugly
man.
either.
That's another thing I actively avoid. How long does this darkness go on for? Jesus.
Oh, I thought you had it paused.
I thought I did too, and then I clicked on it, and I couldn't remember. I thought there was like a little monologue or something at the end, but evidently not. Oh, there it is.
An after credit scene. This is what he listens. This is his white noise at night.
Oh, I don't want to think about that at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I had one more request to play us out tonight. So we will play it. We'll let Mikey see it for the first time. You guys have all seen it a million times. Mikey, you have never been
Egg roll,
rolled
little egg roll.
before.
How are you doing, sir?
This is Chance Wilkins, among many other things, is a world-renowned rapper. He's a fantastic rapper. He's really good. That's why he says the N-word so much. And to play it out tonight, we're going to play his rap battle against Lil Egg Roll, where he gets absolutely cooked. And yeah, everybody who came tonight, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys stopping by for Horror Haven. I love that you guys are willing to tune in for stuff outside of our regular content. We're going to be doing this every Wednesday night. Next week will be Annabelle. And yeah, once we make it through all the Conjuring movies, we'll start looking into doing some viewer requests and stuff like that. So thank you guys very much. Mikey, any closing thoughts?
It's been an honor the last 2 episodes. I will have to think of a way to get you back for making me watch these. But no. No, I'm having a lot of fun watching movies and talking about them again. So yeah, I'm just very excited for everything.
All right, fantastic. Well, we will see you guys next week, and Mikey's going to tell me his thoughts off air afterwards about this little egg roll debacle right here.
Egg roll, little egg roll. How are you doing, sir?
I'm super high on meth. I'm super ready for tears. I have condition though.
Oh, what's that?
When little egg roll spin his beat, total silence.
Total
little egg roll
silence.
masterpiece.
Yes.
Is this AI?
No, this is real. Like, the video is like they
this
fucked around to
Cyrax,
make this
what you
video,
know.
but they were on a stream. They were on basically a Teams call together on StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
And they really did rap battle online. Yeah, no, they just made this video to go along with it. It's all cut from like old kung fu movies and stuff like that.
Shower in style.
Okay,
That's
cool.
too weird.
Just
I
making
cut you
sure.
right down. Oh, hey, roll. It's Will Egg Roll. Number 1 rapper with that mean China throw. Coming in here to steal the whole show. You ready, you goblin? Let's go. Cyrax, the beat stealing faggot. Looking like a messed up Bob Saget. Acting like you got some mad skill. But nigga, you step up just to be killed. I am a real cold genius. You just a goblin with a hot ass penis. I'm here and the whole right. Stab you in my face with my China ass knife. You fucking with the egg roll. Just like Shang Tsung, I'll rip out your soul. Kick in your chest like a paper mache. Cause Cyrax, you the big fucking gay. You just a 2-bit rap thief. I'm the iron chef, serving out the beef. You have as much talent as your dad brother. Just like your mother, we wish you was the other. You dumb motherfucker get wrecked by the slick nunchucker. Come at you with my fire style. Break you down, put you on fire, nigga. That's all I got because I'm not a meth. Coming right down, wanna take a breath. Oh shit, let's end this. Air juice and the beat at your convenience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, slant rhyme.
Motherfucker.
I can look like Jackie Chan, but I don't look like Goblin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Our last super chat of the night from Prettiest Girl in the Morgue. Thank you very much. Still a fucking rad username. Every time I'm like, damn, that's a good one. Thank you for the 5. This was a fun one. Have a super rest of the night. I'm looking forward to the autopsy of Jane Doe. We will put the autopsy of Jane Doe. I love that one. I really would like to cover it one of these days. So we will put that one on the agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know the drill. Stay indoors. Stay in. Oh, I fucked it up. Because I wasn't thinking I was going to do it tonight. Yeah, I messed it up. I don't even remember it. Maybe it's all the shots. I don't even remember what I usually say. It's